Attention! Americans have the freedom of choice, and your choice for professional wrestling should be the American Wrestling Federation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the newest members of the American Wrestling Federation, the most devastating tag team in the history of professional wrestling. I give you Animal Hawk, the Road Warriors! Because we ain't no Johnny come-latelys to the sport of professional wrestling. You people out here in the wrestling world, you know our history. You know where we've been, who we beat. We've basically run out of people to beat up. And now, with all the great superstars, the world champ, Tito Santana, Sergeant Slaughter, the Blacktop Bully, and the Tag Team Champions, Rich and the Hammer, we got one thing in our mind: to bust some heads and to win some titles. Tell them, Hawk. Well, I remember the very first time I heard a bone snap. And I thought to myself, what a fundamentally perfect sound. I thought to myself, I could have a future here. Something to do with that sound, and me and Animal could make history. The sound, that crack, reminded me, to my ears, it was the most excruciatingly wonderful to the palate of my eardrum. You see, make no bones about it. We are here in the AWF. We have done it all. We have pulverized. We have mesmerized. And we will ruin more wrestling lives. Why? Because we're very good at it. You know it. We know it. And you better know it, Resnick. Resnick, there's a lot of imitations out there, but you cannot ever duplicate the real thing. The Warriors are the AWF, and the AWF is where we're going to stay, and is where we're going to kick some butts and win some titles. No bones about it. Hey, Hawk, after we get done kicking butt, what's it going to be? What a rush indeed. They are the most devastating tag team in all of professional wrestling, and now they're here in the American Wrestling Federation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and your lordship, I have to sympathize. with President Paul Alperstein of the American Wrestling Federation. The injury to Tito Santana, you can sympathize with Tito. You obviously want him to heal up, but also the president has to follow the letter of the law. If the title is not defended within 30 days, it's up for grabs.
Well, it appears to me that that little piece of masterful subterfuge planned and plotted by Bob Orton is beginning to work, except for one tiny, tiny flaw, and that is he forgot that within that 30 days, if he doesn't defend the title, it doesn't automatically go to him.
Absolutely not. And now, hang on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. The most devastating tag team combination in the history of this sport. You know, you go over the grand old days of professional wrestling with the likes of the Crusher and Dick the Bruiser, the Comicroft brothers, Larry Hennig and Harley Race. I don't think there is a tag team that has ever dominated and owned this sport the way the Road Warriors have and continue to do.
That's absolutely true. You know, in every branch of athletics, there's always been progress. I mean, 10 years ago, they were jumping 6 feet something. Now they're jumping 7 feet something. Now these fellows represent that progress. They overshadow anybody who's been before them, and I have tremendous confidence in them becoming world champions very, very quickly.
Oh, I don't disagree with that at all, and they are starting things off right from the get-go. Oh, good grief! He ran into a Mack truck in the person of Hawk, who delivers that flying fist right between the eyes. What a combination! This kid is not going to get an opportunity to catch a breath, to take off his ring jacket, nothing.
You can say that that is devastation without hesitation. They got right to the action, and it looks as if there's no defense possible for their opponents.
Well, the Road Warriors are absolutely bent on taking the Tag Team Championship in the American Wrestling Federation. And speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, standing by now, Rico Suave and the family.
The big bad Road Warriors. Look at there, boys. Remember when we wrestled those two punks, the Road Warriors? You got in there right now. We didn't even break a sweat. They certainly pick and choose who they want to wrestle. You know, they tell me they're from the bad streets of Chicago. Well, my limousine goes up and down those bad streets all day. I never remember seeing the Road Warriors there.
Well, first of all, what's he doing? Driving his limousine or riding in his limousine up and down the bad streets. Secondly, he can claim all day long that he has no fear of the Road Warriors. Your Lordship, you and I know better than that.
Yes, in this case, it's Shakespeare who said, "Methinketh he protested too much," and I think he did.
And right now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is the signature Road Warriors. Take a look. Oh, my Lord. 360s from the top. That's got to do it. This is a formality here. Oh, my Lord. What an impressive victory. Here are your Road Warriors.
It was nothing but the Road Warriors all the way through there. Their opposition didn't offer any resistance, so let's have a look at what took place. First, a dramatic entrance of the Road Warriors caught an animal. Look at this standing drop kick right to the heart. Beautifully timed, perfectly executed. And down goes his opponent. It wasn't long before they followed up with this devastating blow. Watch his head. Bang! Right down into the mat.
And right now, ladies and gentlemen, they're standing by with Ken Resnick. Take it away, Ken.
This bout is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first from Sin City, Iowa, weighing 215 pounds, Tony Ramone!
Sin City, Iowa. Don't you own a string of hotels in Sin City, Iowa?
I have the key to the city. I am the mayor. Take it away, Anderson. Billy, speak.
And his opponent from Red Lake, Minnesota, weighing 290 pounds, he is the Chippewa Indian, Chief Charlie Norris!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is a man that I am quite familiar with. He has wrestled extensively in the upper Midwest for the past couple of years, and now he has made it to the major leagues, the American Wrestling Federation, Chief Charlie Norris out of Red Lake, Minnesota.
He's a chief. He's only 27 years old. Doesn't take long, I guess, for his tribe. Look at him dance, though. We got two Cole dancing. We got Charlie dancing. Man, we got a bunch of dancers in the American Wrestling Federation.
Well, Tony Ramone, perhaps one of the famous Ramones of musical fame, I'm not sure.
So you're saying we got singers and dancers?
We certainly do. I want to extol the virtues of Charlie Norris. As I said, I have watched this man develop over the past couple of years. He's already held regional championships in the United States. Very, very proud of his Native American heritage. And you're looking at a real, true superstar in Charlie Norris.
Well, you're talking about superstars. We'll be looking at this one. But why don't we take an opportunity right now to listen to two superstars here in the American Wrestling Federation.
The battle lines have been drawn. And the family's not taking no prisoners. Epperstein, Santana, Slaughter. We got scores to settle with all three of you, baby, and we're not taking no prisoners, one way or the other. The family is coming home with the gold. That's a promise.
Man, I guess the Chipmunks have a third brother, Alvin, and the other one in him.
What a threesome that is. Rico Suave has put together quite a family indeed in the persons of luscious Tommy Rich and Greg the Hammer Valentine. But back to the action at hand. Chief Charlie Norris working on Tony Ramone. Nice fireman's carry, and now he's stretching on that arm.
Yeah, I know Charlie Norris. He's 6'6", 290 pounds, and you don't realize how big this guy is until you get up next to him, and he's a big, strong man.
Well, he certainly is that. And Charlie, upon entering the American Wrestling Federation, made it clear to President Paul Alperstein and the promoters he will not back down from anybody. Sign his name on the dotted line. He will get in the ring, prove himself, and he wants that championship.
Yeah, well, I wish he'd get in here and prove himself. He's got to beat Tony Ramone first. Everybody comes into the American Wrestling Federation. They all say, I'm the best. They all say, I've done something somewhere else. Well, come to the American Wrestling Federation. Show us what you have. Before you start demanding title shots, get in the ring, win some matches, and show us, don't tell us.
And Tony Ramone shows Charlie Norris a series of boots now. He has the Native American backed into the corner, and he's relentless right now. That is 290 pounds he's hammering on. Follows in with that short clothesline, now to the breadbasket 3 times.
I don't know if Charlie's out of gas, but that was a feather-like clothesline in the corner. You cannot hold back and try not to make somebody mad here. Charlie Norris is too big, and I don't know if he's just waiting to get mad, or maybe he stayed up too late last night, because Charlie Norris, when he gets that fire ignited, he can go.
And he's got the fans behind him. Certainly they have been chanting that war chant in the background. Oh, he's got him by the hair now, tossing him around like a rag doll. Charlie, he's signaling for that tomahawk chop, going into that war dance, and he nails him right to the top of the head.
Boy, now it looks like Tony Ramone doesn't want any left. Look at the fans out there cheering for Charlie.
Oh, big boot. In for the cover. This one is all over. A very impressive debut in the American Wrestling Federation for the Big Chief from Red Lake, Minnesota, Charlie Norris, and the fans are certainly into his package right now.
Well, he's doing the Indian dance, but I don't know if this is Indian music. I'm not sure. The culture he's from, Red Bear Lake, Minnesota?
Red Lake, Minnesota.
I didn't know. I haven't been up there. Charlie Norris, big man, came in here, made his debut. He won. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here, he's got a future in the American Wrestling Federation because of moves like this. He's dancing, he's moving, and bang, to the top of the head. Tony Ramone right there says, I've had all I can stand. I can't stand no more. Charlie picks him up. Now watch this. Bang, you see right there Tony Ramone trying to get away from it and couldn't.
And the fans, as I said, certainly into Charlie Norris doing that Native American dance in the ring. Right now, everybody, let's send it to our broadcast colleague, Ken Resnick. Ken, I do not envy you.
Wow, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I got it in, Cars.
This tag team bout is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 515 pounds, the team of Don Diamond and Hubert Simpson.
Well, that's an interesting looking combination right there, Terry. What do you think?
I think Hubert Simpson's got Homer Simpson's voice guy over there.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 492 pounds.
Oh.
They are from Bad Street, USA.
Wait a minute.
They are Michael P.S. Hayes
And
Jimmy Jam Garvin, together known as the Fabulous Freebirds.
You talk about a surprise. Michael P.S. Hayes said it was going to rock the wrestling world, and certainly it has done just that. Reunited, ladies and gentlemen, the Fabulous Freebirds, Michael P.S. Hayes and Jimmy Jam Garvin. Kerry, I can't believe it. These guys revolutionized tag team wrestling in the 80s. They're back together here in the 90s. Unbelievable. Jimmy Jam Garvin and Michael P.S. Hayes. Can the third member be far behind? Well, this is absolutely amazing. And Michael P.S. Hayes struck his stuff on that ring roll. Is that illegal? If not, it ought to be. Boy, you got that right. Ed Sullivan certainly would never allow it. The Fabulous Freebirds, ladies and gentlemen, live in color. Hayes and Garvin. And I got to tell you something. I had to do a double take just looking at Jimmy Jam Garvin. He's changed a little bit since the last time I saw him. Got a haircut, Carson. Try it sometime. Well, I can't afford it. I'll tell you right now, Don Diamond and Hubert Simpson, they got their work cut out for them because I don't know what kind of team they are. I know what kind of team the Freebirds are. They revolutionized tag team wrestling. Well, that they did. And, you know, scientific wrestling, brawling style, you name it, the Freebirds are capable of anything. And you talked about revolutionizing tag team wrestling. They know the technique. They cut off the ring. They know when the partner's in trouble. They know everything about the art of tag team wrestling, and I think it's going to be a very long night or a short night, depending on how you want to look at it, for Simpson and Diamond. Yeah, what is Michael Hayes looking at? Jimmy Garvin just hit that ILS pose, imaginary lat spread. Nothing. Hayes is cheering, and everybody else in his building's booing. But Garvin does have the best body in the ring right now, if you look at Simpson and Diamond. Well, Simpson, he is a man of rather ponderous bulk. Oh, knee to the midsection. Oh, he is hammering away at that midsection, that midriff of Simpson. He has dropped the big man in a hurry. You can punch straight to the left or straight to the right. That guy stands in front of you, still hit him. Hubert Simpson, he's got to be a good athlete or he wouldn't be in here in the American Wrestling Federation. He just didn't much to look at. Well, after Jimmy Jam got his hair rearranged a little bit by Michael Hayes in the corner, he continues the assault on Hubert Simpson. And Mr. Diamond over there in the corner, he looks scared out of his mind already. I don't blame him. You got a partner like Simpson, I'd be scared too. You're supposed to be able to depend on your partner. Hubert right now is getting bounced around like a basketball. Oh, and look at this now. Michael Hayes antagonizes him and then puts the boots to him. And tag? You mean like tag team antagonized him? Oh, that's very good. You're on the ball this week. Oh, yeah, I'm always on the ball. I love this American Wrestling Federation action. Looks like Hayes is trying to put a fire out at Hubert's back. Oh, what a chop. Way he's stomping him. Look at Simpson is quiet. Simpson is taller laying down than he is standing up. Stop picking on poor Simpson. He's in enough trouble right now without you taking shots at him, for heaven's sakes. Finally, and mercifully, I guess, there's the tag. That's euthanasia right there. I think so. Diamond, well, no, Diamond, don't worry about the crowd, for heaven's sakes. How did that guy get into my sport? I want to know who let Don Diamond into my sport. Now, wait a minute. Of course, I'm going to get up and go beat him up. Now, sit down. Sit down. Stay here. There's a side headlock. Is it Alperstein? Because I'll go beat him up, too. Ducks the clothesline. Oh, well, there's a very effective boot there. Hayes didn't even bat an eye and nailed him with the clothesline. Do you see the look of disgust? Huh? I saw it. The look of disgust for this guy being in our sport. I tell you, if I had a guy like...
This is my elbow.
Oh, he introduced him. Yeah. Good work, P.S. Beat this guy up. Teach him some respect for our sport. Oh, there's a big chop. You know, I have to feel, Terry, that the Freebirds are really enjoying this. Not only being reunited here this week, but just working on this guy, delivering the punishment bone on bone. Look at the look. Hayes with that big smile. Yeah, it's a lot better to give than receive. The golden rule actually applies to professional wrestling. Do unto others before they do unto you. Jimmy Jam Garvin in the ring, little double team action. Oh, there's a double boot, as if one wouldn't have done the job. And Jimmy Jam Garvin, very, very aggressive. He is really drilling this guy out onto the floor, maybe the best place for him right now.
The way I look at it is, if he kept rolling, hey, we only got 13 seconds left. Is Diamond and Simpson going to survive a round with the Freebirds? It's by choice of the Freebirds, I'm pretty sure. And speaking of by choice, it's going to be my choice here in just a second to bring you one of my favorite parts. Oh, after the bell. Let's get away from this and go to a Warriors corner.
Hello, everybody. This is Gentleman Chris Adams here with
Two-Coat Scorpio in the house. Here it is in the American Wrestling Federation where it's so hot they got it going on like a hot steaming pot of neck bone. First of all, Chris, I'd like to take a little time to thank all the fans out there for all the support y'all gave me last week in my first match down here in the AWF. I really appreciate it. Chris, let them know what's going on.
Well, next week you'll be seeing us tag team together. We'll be like sugar and spice and all things nice in the American Wrestling Federation, the alternative wrestling for the world.
That's right, baby. If you want to see a lot of action, a lot of high flying, and just strict, plain old, good old-fashioned wrestling, hey, baby, right here's the combination. Two-Coat Scorpio and Gentleman Chris Adams, we're coming right at you, baby.
You'll be there.
Well, Michael P.S. Hayes and Jimmy Jam Garvin, I am pretty sure, could have dispatched the team of Diamond and Simpson a long time ago. I think you said it right, Terry, as we enter round two. That was the Freebirds' choice. They just want to hammer this pair for a while.
I would like to say that I embarrassed Don Diamond, but I think Mother Nature beat me to it. This guy is out here taking a lesson in how to absorb punishment. Why do we even need to be here? We got Hayes doing the commentary from the outside. He's doing the Vince Lombardi coaching job from the outside and the cheerleading job.
Well, I'll tell you, I do not know exactly how long it's been since the Freebirds last formed a combination. They have not missed a beat.
3 years, 6 months, 2 weeks, and 1 day.
Now I know.
Mr. Spock's got nothing on me.
Oh, come on, Diamond, for heaven's sakes, just bail out. Hit the ropes and keep walking. Oh!
I'd like to have a match with Diamond, lose or leave Earth. This guy does not belong in my sport.
I think we got the point, for heaven's sakes, as I know he does. Oh! Nailed right in the corner. Well, I think he hasn't looked that good since the beginning of the match, for heaven's sakes. Wait a minute. Oh, no!
Man, right on the throat.
He's out. There's no question. The man is absolutely unconscious.
He calls that the 911, and you better dial it up. That's a devastating maneuver. I'm going to dance.
Is that what you... Hey, look, you're moving the table. Will you sit down?
That's my butt hitting it. Don't worry about it.
The fabulous Freebirds, Michael P.S. Hayes and Jimmy Jam Garvin. Terry, this was not a test for these two this week, for heaven's sakes. No competition whatsoever in Don Diamond and Hubert Simpson.
Well, they signed the match. Ladies and gentlemen, right there, I'd like to say two good-looking young game competitors, but I have a credibility issue with that. Michael Hayes, P.S., as he says, purely sexy. Jimmy Jam Garvin, they are the winners.
Well, clearly, I think they were the winners right from the opening bell. The fabulous Freebirds barely worked up a sweat here.
Right here, you got Hubert getting some soul. Look at that, what a body. That guy's gonna win the Olympia in September in Atlanta, I'm sure. P.S. right there decapitating a young man.
Oh, there's your pal, Don Diamond, once again.
I thought I was doing a slow-mo.
Go ahead.
Thanks. Right there, double boot. This guy, Don Diamond, looked bad going in, and believe it or not, actually looks worse afterwards. This guy should not be in my sport. I won't say it again. Freebirds win.
Well, they certainly do, and they're standing by with Ken Resnick. Take it away, Ken.
Ladies and gentlemen, being back in the dressing room, the shock was evident on the faces of all of the other wrestlers here in the American Wrestling Federation when Michael Hayes said he was taking a walk down Bad Street. No one thought he would be reuniting the Freebirds.
Yeah, you know I'm in the mood to smack somebody in the face. I want to let everybody know, everybody at the top of the ladder there at the American Wrestling Federation, that nobody pushes the Freebirds around. Nobody pushes Michael around. Nobody pushes Jimmy Jam around. Nobody pushes Terry Gordy around. Nobody pushes Buddy Roberts around. Nobody pushes nobody around. If anybody has any any idea of doing it, they need to can it, Pally, because the fact is this: we didn't just fall out of no stinking tree. We didn't come here just to play around. We got a reputation, we're gonna keep the reputation, and somebody is in a lot of trouble. You know, look at it this way. If it's a fight you're looking for, and it's us you want, heed these words of warning. Back up and punt. Because it's always 3rd and long anytime you face the fabulous Freebirds. And Brother Jimmy Jam hit the nail on the head. This ain't the only resource. We ain't the only 2 guys that lived in the last house on the right. Do you remember that, Alperstein? You should have never, ever tried to jack me around. We'll be back.
Thanks, Mick and Terry. We'll get right back to more action. But first, standing with Sheik Adnan El-Kaisi and his army. Sheik, ever since you came here to the American Wrestling Federation, all you've talked about is a championship belt. But yet, here's your army, and I see no championship belt.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The caravan will continue her mission. And the barking of the dog will never stop the caravan in a rider.
You know, Ken Resnick, you don't have to be so impatient, because I promised this man, the Sheik, and I promised his people back home that we're gonna send them a belt soon, and it's gonna happen. And you know, when you hear the barking of the dogs, you can also feel the heat, brother, because you're looking at 2 of the biggest dogs in the pack here. 2 of the biggest, 2 of the baddest, and 2 of the strongest. And we want a title, and we're gonna get it.
That's right. You see, this man pays us a lot of money to get the gold, to get what's necessary to be the best. Now then, I am the Roughneck and the Hercules, and we're going to get the gold no matter what it takes. Anybody, you get in front of the Roughneck and the Hercules, you're going down. I guarantee it. You're going down.
As devious as they come, Sheik Adnan El-Kaisi now back to more great AWF action.
All right, everybody, the hard-hitting action of the American Wrestling Federation continues. What do you think of that gentleman, Chris Adams? He has to be one of the favorites in that tournament. What a superstar.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's wonderful. He's hot. He's great. He's a 10.
Who's Jimmy V?
Yeah, I love Jimmy V. V for victory. See how he's got his arms up in a V?
I saw that. Well, you are taking a look at a young man who has captured the imagination and the fancy of virtually every female wrestling fan watching the American Wrestling Federation. The cards, the letters, the phone calls coming into the offices of the American Wrestling Federation. How can we call this guy? Is he married? Is he single? Can we have a date with him? No, that's not you I'm talking about. Johnny Gunn.
Yeah, I know. He's got the girls after him. He's got money. He's got a good body. I'm not talking about Gary Gronke. I'm talking about Johnny Gunn. He's a great young wrestler, and all the babes love him, which makes me hate him. Yeah, my grandmother called the other day. I thought she was calling to ask how I was doing. She called to ask how she could get in touch with Johnny Gunn.
Man, they certainly do love him, and I know he's received an invitation. I guarantee he has sent back the acceptance to participate in the tournament. Whether or not he'll be one of the lucky 16 remains to be seen. But what about you? Did you send back, did you ever receive an invitation?
No, I didn't, but Alperstein said it was in the mail, so I hardly trust him along with my check. It's in the mail.
All right, let's take a look at Johnny Gunn. This man, tremendously conditioned. He takes his body and this sport very, very seriously, spends hours in the gym. He's a student of the wrestling profession, and again, the name of the game in the American Wrestling Federation is wrestling, and he caught an elbow right to the side of the jaw, over the top.
Boy, look at this movement. Great agility by the big man. What a hip lock. Takes over Jimmy V. Great movement.
Oh, cross
body. Woo!
Count of 1, 2.
How did Jimmy V kick out of that car?
I have no idea. He's giving up such a tremendous amount of size.
Oh!
And he landed right on his head. He fell on his head outside the ring. And young Jimmy V is in a world of hurt right now, courtesy of Johnny Gunn.
I'm very impressed with the high impact maneuvers that Johnny Gunn has. His throws gets some momentum.
Oh!
No, that wasn't. Johnny Gunn sliding into home plate.
I'll tell you something, Jimmy V has been bounced around like a ping pong ball here. And I'm surprised that that young man is still in one piece. Johnny Gunn gets the capacity crowd here with the American Wrestling Federation all fired up.
Uh-oh, slingshot, bang. Halfway into the ring, Johnny Gunn firing up. He's got this kid on his bicycle, and he's aggressive as I've ever seen him.
You know, Terry, we mentioned, hang on just a minute. He backs Johnny Gunn into the corner, and now Jimmy V mounts a little offense of his own with those chops. They don't appear to be very effective. Oh, they are not. Oh, but that one is. You talk about a couple of broken blood vessels across the chest, maybe a cracked sternum.
Boy, I like the aggressiveness in this Johnny Gunn, and he's peaking it just right because the drawings are this week, the tournament starts next week. If he's in the first round next week, if he makes it, somebody's going to be looking at him right now going, man, is this guy ready?
And you know, talking about that tournament, the matches, everyone will be seen on television, courtesy of Paul Alperstein and the American Wrestling Federation. Mark your calendars, tune in every week, don't miss it.
I think we're going to have to do something here. You got a towel? Give it to me so I can throw it in for Jimmy V. This kid is getting murdered. Housequake! Oh, nailed it.
That has got to be it. Jimmy V, good night, my friend. A tremendously impressive victory for Johnny Gunn, and what a response from the fans in attendance.
Man, he annihilated Jimmy V, a game young competitor, not in the same league with Johnny Gunn. Wow, what a victory. Whoever's in the first round against him, if he's in there, got the work cut out for him. All right, here's the slow-mo. Tremendous agility, leaping over his man. Hip lock, look at the hip rotate, throwing this kid all the way across the ring. Jimmy V shows the impact. Up he goes. Now this looks like it's going to be a body slam. Now watch, fall away slam, well executed. Now he slingshots him into the ring. Unbelievable move, bang. Johnny Gunn looks fantastic, and I don't know who's going to beat this guy. Right there, we see the slide. I mean, how many great offensive moves are we going to see out of this kid? And right there, his move, the Housequake.
Well, tremendous victory for Johnny Gunn, and right now, ladies and gentlemen, another star here in the American Wrestling Federation. Let's turn to Ken Resnick. He is caught up with Hercules. Take it away, Ken Resnick.
This tag team match is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first at a combined weight of 542 pounds, the team of Hubert Simpson and Ken McGuire.
Well, this is Mick Karsh along with Terry Taylor. And Terry, did he say a combined weight of 500 plus?
Humpty Dumpty had children, and there you see them. Hey, is Hubert any relation to that?
Well, never mind. At a combined weight of 486 pounds, Johnny Gunn and Jimmy Powers.
Well, this combination tremendously popular with the fans, particularly the females. Jimmy Powers and Johnny Gunn here in the American Wrestling Federation. There's a young admirer of Johnny Gunn.
Wait a second, whoa. Jimmy Powers goes to the ring, no girl hugged him. And he's over here hugging and kissing, warm up in the back. Don't warm up with that young lady.
Well, that t-shirt expresses her affection for Johnny Gunn, a tremendously gifted athlete, a good-looking young man, and this combination of Powers and Gunn destined for greatness in the world of professional wrestling.
Look at those babes trying to grab him. I resent that.
Sit down.
I better, because I'll go in here and whip all 4 of them. The Humpty Dumpty brothers and Powers and Gunn. I'm hot.
Oh, these fans are absolutely wild about this combination. They're up dancing. They're making their way to the ring. We better get security in there a little bit.
Johnny, you are a hunk. Did you write that sign?
I didn't. Stop it. Tag team action kicking off this week with the American Wrestling Federation. And quite honestly, I don't know how the team of Ken McGuire and Hubert Simpson is going to fare against Gunn and Powers.
If you'll hang on a second, you may have McGuire and Homer Simpson.
Hold it, Hubert Simpson.
That's right, I'm sorry. You may have them go out there and take care of business. You never know. But listen, right now we see hanging on there in the headlocks Jimmy Powers. Hey, P.S. Hayes, why don't you tell us what you think about all these people writing in all these girls with these kind of signs? Take it away, P.S.
Thank you, Terry, but was that hilarious? I
I mean, how much must he have paid that broad? And that's the best thing I can think about calling her to come attack him. Listen, when you want a great-looking guy, look this way. Think about my name, Michael P.S. Hayes. The P.S. stands for purely sexy.
Well, there's a man that certainly is stuck on himself, Michael P.S. Hayes. Over the top, Jimmy Powers, big shoulder tackle. And McGuire in that pink tunic hits the deck once again.
You better get all the King's horses and all the King's men. Looks like McGuire's in trouble again.
This team of Jimmy Powers and Johnny Gunn, lightning fast in the ring, and McGuire might as well have sent him a Western Union telegram on that one. Very slow to follow up. Here's the tag to Johnny Gunn.
And there's Top Gun. He's up on the second rope. Bang, comes down on the arm. You know, McGuire told me he lost 40 pounds. I think I found it. It's right behind him.
Well, he is certainly in tremendous condition for the shape he's in.
Whatever that means.
I have no idea. Let's keep our eye on Johnny Gunn. This kid, absolutely sensational, gets better every time we see him. Even walking into the building this week, he was mobbed by dozens of lady wrestling fans out there. They love this man.
Great agility. He's 6'4", about 265 pounds. Hip block into a drop kick. Wow, I'll tell you what. McGuire almost couldn't roll under that bottom rope. That boiler stopped him. And here we go. Homer's over here giving him some advice.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, what a combination that is. I'm surprised Suave hasn't offered them a contract.
Look at this. Oh, my. Tope over the top, squashing them both. He landed on something soft.
Johnny Gunn is fired up this week, as is Jim Powers. There's a shot of Homer. Now you've got me doing it. Hubert Simpson. Hubert Simpson. He doesn't know if he's foot or horseback, for heaven's sakes.
I don't know what that means, but I agree with you. This guy, Johnny Gunn, is focused. He just flattened both of them, which made them both look thinner. But now you see McGuire just hanging on for dear life. We still haven't seen Homer in the ring yet.
It's Hubert. We haven't seen Hubert Simpson in the ring yet. Ken McGuire is taking some punishment at the hands of Johnny Gunn, but that time he caught him with a knee to the short ribs, and now we're going to get our first look at Hubert Simpson. And he hits the deck right over. Oh, would you look at that midsection? Had more moves than he did, for heaven's sakes.
Look at Johnny Gunn giving him a massage, polishing that noggin for him. Get up! All he did was drop toe hold you. Get up!
I think he's trying.
He's trying to get up. He'll rock himself to sleep on his boiler. This guy has got, oh man. If nothing else, look at that belly hanging out over his tights. Use that leverage. Use that belly.
Oh, you are something else. Oh, big chop right across the chest. We are down to 15 seconds in round one, and Simpson has no clue what planet he's on, for heaven's sakes. He's on him.
Look at that movement to the corner. And he got out of the way. Oh. You underestimate somebody in the American Wrestling Federation, something like that happens.
And the bell rings, and Simpson follows Johnny Gunn outside the ring. Come on. There's Jimmy Powers.
Man, this thing is broken down. It's supposed to be a rest period. We got a four-way melee going on.
Well, I'll tell you something. The combination of Gunn and Powers certainly controlled most of that opening round, but Simpson and McGuire towards the tail end turned things around just a bit.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what happens during the match. It's the end that counts. And these two came on strong at the end, no matter how bad they look.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the name of the game in the American Wrestling Federation. Things can turn around just that fast. We're going to find out if the momentum continues. It's coming up, round two. You're with the American Wrestling Federation tag team action, everybody. Stay with us. All right, back we are for round number two, and Hubert Simpson continues the assault on Johnny Gunn, deposits him on the ringside floor.
You know what? You see Jesse Hernandez look thin, you know the guys in the ring are huge. Hubert Simpson, though, I mean, he hasn't broken a sweat yet, and he's doing the right thing, keeping Powers. The first thing that rolls into that ring is usually the head, and you're very disadvantaged and defenseless when you come in through those ropes.
Simpson with another shot to the head there. Jim Powers tried a little pep talk there with Johnny Gunn, but to this point in time, in this round, oh no!
Hindenburg!
Oh, I don't want to see this. I don't think anybody does. Oh! That would have been a major upset. Hubert Simpson with that massive girth almost pulled one off there over Johnny Gunn. Ken McGuire, even his own partner, looks surprised.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was a good move. You can't always tell how somebody's going to perform by the way their body is. Some guys that have great physiques have no heart. Some guys with big boilers like these two, look what they're doing to Johnny Gunn, who is built well and a great wrestler.
From the outside of the ring, the man in pink, Ken McGuire, as the referee's back was turned, choking Johnny Gunn. And if you're Jim Powers at this point, you have to be very frustrated. He has seen very little, if any, action.
Well, he started it out, handed it over to Johnny Gunn, and Johnny's on the wrong side of town. Right there in that corner, nobody's doing anything. I don't get it. Oh, there's McGuire's got that tag rope. Jimmy Powers can't stand anymore. Jesse Hernandez has got to keep him out. Dangerous situation here.
You know, I am very surprised, I have to admit it. The team of Simpson and McGuire have actually had a sustained offense here for several minutes. Johnny Gunn has got to get out of that corner.
Yeah, they married him over. Now he's got him in a rear chin lock. If McGuire can lean him back and get over him and get that neck grip, he'll use that weight. And I'm telling you, if you are big, you've got to use your weight.
And listen and look at these fans. They are solidly behind the team of Powers and Gunn. Johnny Gunn struggling to get back to his feet, get to that vertical base, drills him to the midsection with that elbow, and a second shot. Off the ropes, ducks a very ineffectual clothesline over the top.
Russian leg sweep. Oh. That took a lot out of him. See, he can't follow up either. I think both men here are going to try to make a tag. See, that's very good wrestling by McGuire. No matter how sloppy you might think he is. Enziguri kick. Japanese Enziguri kick. Great athleticism by Johnny Gunn.
He has got to make the tag to Jim Powers, leaning over that top rope, and he does.
Tag's made. Jimmy Powers, oh man, look at the fire in this kid. Pulls the straps down. Look at the body on him. He is pumped up.
And Mr. McGuire is in some trouble right now. 3 boots to that ample midsection, all the way across the ring, follows up, goes down low again, big knee lift.
Boy, you don't see Homer Simpson jumping in there for any, do you?
Hubert.
McGuire thinks he's on his own. This is a tag match. Uh-oh.
Hello. The crowd picks up the count.
Here he comes from behind.
No, not fast enough there, Homer. Hubert.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Double noggin knocker. We got 29 seconds left. Boy, the way those tights came down in the back on Hubert reminds me, kids, say no to crack. Tags made. Look at the strength of Georgia. And Powers is holding him up. I can't believe it.
Oh, my word. What in the world? He about killed himself. Got a 2 and 3. Oh.
Twisting backwards bulldog. They call that the power gun. What a move.
All the credit in the world to Jim Powers and Johnny Gunn. They had some considerable girth to try to toss around in that ring.
Jimmy Powers has got the strongest lower back I've ever seen picking up Kenny McGuire and holding him like that. Now here you go. Now look at this. You see Gunn out there holding hands with the girls and stuff.
There's nothing the matter with that. You'd like to be out there doing it.
I don't want to hold his hand. That's that same girl wanting to kiss up to him again.
Wait a minute now. He's pointing to that armband.
It's got armpit sweat in it. Why is he giving that to her?
Stop it. She is a very happy young lady. Oh, a little buzz on the cheek there from her favorite, Johnny Gunn. What a great, great tag team bout this was.
Yeah, you see the tremendous strength there by Jimmy Powers. He knocks McGuire down, drop kick right to the face, and look at the round mound of rebound bouncing. And there you see a sign. Oh, that's his aunt and his niece. Johnny, you are a hunk. He comes off with a beautiful move over the top. Hurts himself, too. Lands on 2 soft guys. And there you go. Watch the end of this. He's holding up a pink waterbed. Boom!
Well, that is some continuity. The tag team combination of Johnny Gunn and Jimmy Powers. Let's toss it to our lovely colleague, Chris E.
What a great match we just saw. And I'm here with 2 of our heroic wrestling warriors, Jim Powers and Johnny Gunn. Johnny, we caught that awestruck fan grab you earlier. What were you thinking?
Did you see that? Chris, I was as surprised as you were. We're in the back, me and my partner here, we're getting ready for the pre-match strategy and everything else. We walk out to the music, the bright lights, and the smoke. All of a sudden, I have a girl in my arms going crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Well, you handled it very well. You seem to be in control out of the ring as you do in it. So, Johnny, all of us, as well as myself, are dying to know, are you single?
Yes, I could honestly say I'm happily single right now.
And Jim, what seems to be the other half of our powerful tag team, what seems to be the strategy for your success?
Well, Chrissy.
Well, Jim, I'm sorry. We seem to be out of time. We'll have to get to that answer another time. Now let's go back to ringside for more exciting coverage.
This match is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 245 pounds, Ronnie Vegas!
There's one of your favorites, Ronnie Vegas.
Yeah, he got his teeth fixed after Valentine caved his face in about 3 weeks ago. He's a tough kid to be back.
And his opponent, weighing 245 pounds, Conan 2000!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the eagerly anticipated debut in the American Wrestling Federation of Conan 2000. Terry Taylor, this man is put together.
What a body on Conan 2000. This is the first opportunity I've had a chance to see this guy. Full of electricity, full of life, and I mean, he is playing up to the crowd. Think about it, the debut of Conan 2000, of Chief Charlie Norris, Too Cold Scorpio. What other wrestling federation brings you all those new superstars in one program?
Well, everybody who is anybody is coming to the American Wrestling Federation. This is, and I hate to borrow your word, the mecca of professional wrestling right now, the most unique and innovative wrestling promotion in the world, and Conan 2000 with 2 quick arm drags on Ronnie Vegas.
Yeah, he got him over twice, and he's really got that arm. I've never seen a guy hold an arm like that. He used his side arm, and he also used his forearm to trap it. Good reversal there by Ronnie Vegas. Everybody's got a chance in the American Wrestling Federation, or they're not here.
Well, we've seen Ronnie Vegas many times, and as you said at the outset, this is one tough kid. He doesn't take a backseat to anybody in the roughhousing department, but a nice series of moves by Conan 2000. He continues to work on the tricep. Slingshot off the ropes and a big drop kick.
Look at this guy. He has got charisma exemplified. He's telling Ronnie Vegas to get up, and I think I saw Vegas shake his head saying no.
Well, I don't blame him there one bit. Let's see what Conan has in mind here. Oh, he got tremendous height and then dropped the elbow across the chest of Ronnie Vegas, and already the fans have really taken to Conan 2000.
Boy, I tell you what, look at that abdominal development. I hate this guy. Hey, you know, why don't I look like that? I don't get it.
Why don't you look like that? I'm crawling under the chair. Oh!
Mother Nature knew what she was doing when she made me look like this. I'd be harder to handle. Harder to handle.
Oh, please. Conan 2000 backs Vegas into the ropes with velocity, whips him to the other side.
Oh, man. You think about how many innovative moves we've seen here in the American Wrestling Federation. And here we come. We talk about the toughness of this kid, Vegas. I'll tell you what, he doesn't stop coming forward.
No, he absolutely does not. Oh, that'll stop him.
Except right there.
Oh, dead in his tracks that time. Big clothesline from Conan 2000. Picks him up, body slam. Oh, he's signaling. He's getting this crowd all worked up. He figures this one's all over.
Yeah, you know, I gotta kind of wonder. I like guys that have charisma, but you better pay attention to the guy in the ring. Oh, man, he tried to flip himself on that flying lariat. Covers him with 2 hit, 1 hand on the chest.
Well, that is it. Tremendously impressive. Conan 2000, a great hit with the fans of the American Wrestling Federation in attendance this week. Not only is he put together tremendously agile, a gifted athlete.
I think Johnny Gunn's going to be hot. There's another good-looking guy besides me in the American Wrestling Federation. But there's not enough girls to go around. This Conan 2000 is put together. Not a bad-looking guy, and he's got great wrestling ability.
Well, Ronnie Vegas tried to hang in there as long as he could. He gave it his best shot. But this man, Conan 2000, just too much for Ronnie Vegas this week. What a debut. He's going to be something special.
Yeah, he is. There he cuts a flip holding the rope. Great agility. Goes right into a full-on dragon twist. You can see the pain etched on Ronnie Vegas' face. Follows it up with a great drop kick. He gesticulates to the crowd. This guy is good. Watch this flying lariat. Bang! That would even beat you, Karsh.
I guarantee you I'd be beat even before I got into the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, a great debut for Conan 2000. Stay with us. You are watching the American Wrestling Federation. More action coming up. Well, it's certainly great to see Tito Santana here in the American Wrestling Federation. And as Tito says, it's back to wrestling, back to the basics.
Well, I think wrestling fans deserve at least that. It's a great sport, and Lightning Rod, I like that name, good-looking guy, but fans, I think they should get that. I think when they pay to watch wrestling, that's what they should get, a contest.
Well, absolutely, and take a look, you talk about a monster in this sport, tremendously popular with the fans in attendance today. Hurricane Smith, but Lightning Rod doesn't even wait for a bell. He's clubbed the big man from behind.
Hurricane Smith is 7'1", almost 400 pounds. We got a hurricane in the ring and a lightning rod. Well, that doesn't sound good for Lightning Rod, does it, with a storm brewing? Look at it.
Oh, he's backing off already. There's a shot to the midsection. Hurricane Smith acting absolutely like it didn't even faze him. Oh, what a shot. Well, Lightning Rod tried to take the early offense even before the bell started, perhaps his only chance of winning this one. And now it has completely backfired. He's raised the ire of big Hurricane Smith. Oh, is that it? That's it.
I hope so. Man, what a big guy. Took him right out. Unbelievable win by Hurricane Smith. Lightning Rod, not too much offense. And there you have Hurricane, arms up in the air. You see him line it up. It's a jet taking off. Yeah. Boom, thunderclap right on top of Lightning Rod, and there's no sparks in this ring. Let's go to another match, Cards. Why not? That didn't even go one round.
Oh, this has been absolutely boom, boom. Back to the ring we go.
As is the case, another victory for the Warlord, but I think more importantly with me, Michael Hayes, and you have had this smirk on your face the last couple weeks. In fact, if memory serves me, right after you made a phone call.
Well, you know, sometimes they say, reach out and touch somebody. And I reached out, and I did touch somebody here in the American Wrestling Federation, or better known as the Alternative Wrestling Federation. It's been deluged with competitors that want to come in here. Not coincidence or precedence. We know it's a precedence because where I go, talent follows. But I am not going to be mistreated all my life. I am not going to stand alone and be abused because people are worried about their ability to control me. Well, now you've asked for it, and I am bringing the surprise of surprises. It's going to be something that knocks your socks off. It's going to be something from a bad street.
Well, what an arrogant, cocky individual, Steve
Quiet,
Casey.
you reprobate.
This tag team bout is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first at a combined weight of 560 pounds, the Texas Hangman!
The Texan Heathens. I got 2 new words.
You know, you're an American too. I think he was including you in that mass insult. But right now, the Texas Hangman, Killer and Psycho, as devastating a tag team as you will find anywhere in the world of professional wrestling.
So you're saying 2 guys named Killer and Psycho are not nice guys?
I don't believe they are. No, I would not want to have them over for dinner. This is a devastating combination, Terry. We've seen them many, many times. They get more vicious each time out.
Yeah, I think I was a pretty big fan of their movie that came out a few years ago.
What?
The Texas Chainsaw Hangman.
Well, you're close.
Yeah.
But it is not going to be any easy task for the Texas Hangman this week. They have been running roughshod. Let's see what happens.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 518 pounds, the team of Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and the Birdman, Kuko.
Well, I tell you what, kick the music, Daddy. I'm ready to do the bird, bird, bird.
is up doing the bird. Frankie is here.
There's 3 of them. Mr. USA, Coco Beware, and that other guy in the blue jacket.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, come on. This is going to be one outstanding tag team battle. If the Hangmen have been going through teams like a hot knife through butter, that could all change right now.
I got to keep an eye on Frankie. I know he likes to interfere in matches. I'm going to keep my eye on him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this outstanding tag team matchup is going to be coming your way. Stay with us on the American Wrestling Federation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this one promises to be absolutely sensational. What a tag team matchup. Killer and Psycho, the Texas Hangman. But this may be their biggest test so far in the American Wrestling Federation as they take on the Birdman, Coco Beware, and Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Yeah, right here we have the smaller of the 2 Texas Hangmen in Psycho at 260 pounds, going up against Coco Beware at 240. We have the high flyers in there, and then the power man in the corners waiting for that tag. And right now, right out of the blocks, we have Psycho taking over on Coco B.
Coco ducks the clothesline, and cross-body block. Tremendous height by Coco Beware. Oh, he's ready to go. Deep underhook into the arm drag, and already he is backing up. He wants no part of the Birdman. He's on fire.
Man, that Coco Beware looked like a Scud missile flying across there. He hit Psycho, took it down, and the Texas Hangman been around the block. They know their way around the ball field because he slowed it down.
And look at Mr. USA, Tony Atlas out there nodding. Relax, relax. You're getting all worked up here.
Can't help it.
There's a tag to the powerhouse from Roanoke, Virginia. Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, whipped off the ropes. Big back body drop.
There is nobody stronger than Tony Atlas, and there's 2 kinds of strength. Lifting weights or pressing dumbbells over your head.
Leave me out of this.
There's an example. That's 265 pounds he just pressed over his head. He has bench pressed over 600 pounds, but this isn't weightlifting. This is the American Wrestling Federation. He has made that transition.
Well, he certainly has a very accomplished wrestler for quite some time now. In the world of professional wrestling, they love Tony Atlas.
Yeah, and speaking of accomplished wrestlers, let's go to the one that made it to the finals, Bob Orton Jr.
Earlier in the program, I got to sit and watch Tito Santana wrestle, and man, I'm telling you something, the guy looks great. The guy looks good, but I gotta scratch my head and wonder why the American Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion is dodging me. Santana, you know I'm the #1 contender. Put it up, punk.
There's a man who means business in Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. Hey, there he is. The guy in the blue jacket you were talking about.
Gotta keep my eye on him because he's gonna stick his bill in anytime he can.
Oh, cut it out, will you please? Stick to the action in the ring. Now, again, I'm confused here. Who is who? That is Killer in the ring. Did I get it right this time?
If you did, it's the first time.
Well, I admit it.
Killer is 302 pounds. He is the one in the ring going against the 290-pound Tony Atlas. And there goes Coco JW. Beware.
All right. Oh, from the second rope, hard across that tricep. And Coco Beware working on the arm. Beware of the Birdman. Oh, he's got that right. Coco Beware electrifying this crowd as he always does in the American Wrestling Federation.
Coco Beware, there's got a wrist lock on that big man. You break these guys down, get 1 point injured, and it's like a table on 3 legs. It has no stability. Good shots there by Killer on the chest. It wasn't legal because he was in the ropes. Cheater, cheater, cheater.
And there's a kick right to the short ribs, and now Psycho in the ring continuing the assault on the Birdman. Coco Beware into the buckle. And the cameras here in the American Wrestling Federation again taking you right into the ring. Oh, telegraphed it. Into the arm drag, and the Birdman takes over as we are down to about 20 seconds in the first round.
Yeah, we didn't think that this main event was going to go anything less than a bunch of rounds. Coco Beware taking over, attacks. Oh, he missed and hit his face. He's got, all it takes is 3 seconds. There's 10 seconds here. Killer should get on him and try to get the win. Don't hit him in the back. Try to pin him.
He does roll him over. Caught a 1 into it. Coco Beware just able to kick out of that one as the bell sounds. Ending the first round. Come on. Referee has to get in there. But no, again, there's a little double team action by the Hangman.
Now, wait a minute. Zapperstein's going to pull out that fighting receipt book and tell everybody, see, you're not allowed to touch anybody after
Welcome back, everybody, in the Texas Hangman. Look at this, eager to continue the attack on Coco Beware as we enter the second round.
Yeah, why? I mean, Alperstein right now has got to be licking his chops and all the money he's going to get on fines after that attack. Right here, though, I think that's killer. He's got Coco. Look at the way he's supporting his weight with his hands. You've got to get Coco Beware down, secure that arm, and lay that 300 pounds on him.
And right now, Terry, the Hangman doing what they do best. They are double teaming. They are cutting off the ring. And Tony Atlas on the other side is rendered virtually ineffective right now.
Well, that's the idea. You separate one from the herd, and then you attack like the hyenas that you are. And there's nothing. Uh-oh!
Oh, he's choking him. Come on, referee.
Don't. Hey, it's not the referee's fault. It's that guy in the middle. That's Chiller who keeps the referee away from that corner. Now, Bill Alfonso, the referee, is a good referee, but Tony Atlas never got in the ring. Belly to back.
Oh. With authority, and Coco is in trouble.
See the way he's got him covered, where he's got his weight on his own arms? You've got either key lock that arm or something to keep Coco Beware down.
Absolutely, you're a 300-pound man. Use your weight to your advantage. Coco trying to crawl over and make that tag.
All he's doing now is blocking that tag. He isn't doing anything offensive. He's just preventing a tag. That is good tag team strategy, and you've got to have it.
You betcha. Precision teamwork. And again, the same situation here. More or less a sloppy cover on the part of Psycho.
See, some people don't understand these little things and the fundamentals of our sport make it important.
Oh, double DDT. Nails both of them. Come on. He's got to get over and make that tag.
Now, see, on that, what happens is when you try to take two guys down, that's 500 pounds. You don't get the effect you need. That is not a knockout blow with two guys supporting that kind of weight.
He did it. He made the tag, and we're going to get a look at Mr. USA double clothesline. Oh, he's got the Hangman reeling and rocking. And a second shot. Tony Atlas. Coco Beware gets his second win, and all four are in the ring right now.
Man, this thing has turned into a Pier 6 brawl in a hurry. Collision on I-95.
Man, oh man, wait a second now.
But see, Killer, too big and too strong. You can never count out one of these tag teams, either one.
Oh, they are working on the back of Tony Atlas now. Picks him up. Coco, enough to take him over the top. The referee is out of position right now. Come on, got a 1, 2. He got him.
Wait a minute.
Oh, baby. Call it an upset, whatever you want. A tremendous victory for Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and Coco Beware.
Go back to that shot of the girls. Boy, I'll tell you what, those are the great win. Coco Beware stole it. Bill Alfonso's a good referee. They used the Hangman's tactics against him.
Absolutely.
And there you go. The happy guys, they won. They get more money.
Wait a second. Come on, Nails from behind. For heaven's sakes, where did he come from? Nails has hit the ring. You know the history between Tony Atlas, Mr. USA, and Nails. They've had confrontations before, and this time, like the snake that he is, Nails from behind. He didn't have the guts to come in man on man from the front, and he has attacked Tony Atlas. Shoves the referee.
Wait a minute. You're saying that Nails has no guts?
Well, he didn't in that situation, I'll tell you that.
Boy, he just threw Jesse down. Tony Atlas is fighting back.
Come on, Tony. Hammer him. Oh, my word.
That's what I call unbiased journalism. These guys, this is turning into a brawl, a fight.
Well, Tony Atlas and Nails, they have been tossing the insults, the challenges back and forth.
Referee's trying to get in there.
What are they trying to do? They're not going to have any effect. One after another, they're tossed around.
Wait a minute. Whatever they make is not enough to jeopardize your future. This is really out of hand. These guys really have bad feelings.
Well, President Paul Alperstein, here come some of the other wrestlers from the locker room area trying to assist the officials. Paul Alperstein has got to take a close look at this one. The fans are standing. They can't believe it.
Yeah, everybody in this building's on their feet except Carnes. There's no way in the world he's going to get up in there.
Leave me alone.
Look at these two attacking each other like two bull elephants. Nobody's going to get between them. This is completely out of hand.
Terry, it has been building for weeks and weeks. We have seen it on television. We've seen it in the locker rooms. Tony Atlas and Nails just plain detest each other, and for some reason, Nails decided this is what he wanted in.
Yeah, we've got officials of the American Wrestling Federation in there. We got 5 or 6 wrestlers, 7 or 8 referees. They pulled them apart. Are they strong enough to keep these these guys away from each other. The hatred here. Hey, there's that man directing traffic from the outside.
Well, it's a very, very smart place to be on the outside of the ring, but the president of the American Wrestling Federation, Paul Elferstein, is on hand. He is ordering everybody to get out of the ring, for heaven's sakes. Momentarily, at least, we've got some order restored.
Look at Nails. Nails is trying to peel these guys off. Tony Atlas busted out of there, and here he goes. They're going at it again.
You could send in the militia, and it would not be enough to keep these two separated. It has all broken loose here this week with the American Wrestling Federation.
Wait a minute. Alferstein is in there. Maybe he'll catch a haymaker. Throw it, Nails.
Stay with us, everybody. We're coming right back. Welcome back, everybody. Terry, they fought right through the break, for heaven's sakes. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this was a bad situation. Coco Beware sees how important it is. He's even up helping Tony Atlas stay back. These two behemoths hate each other. Thank goodness it's over.
Well, that's put it like, wait a second, it is not over. Atlas and Nails going at it again, ladies and gentlemen. We're out here. We'll see you next week.
This tag team bout is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first at a combined weight of 435 pounds, the team of Terry Allen and Eric Freedom.
Art thou bored? Oh no, not watching the American Wrestling Federation. Oh yeah.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 631 pounds, the Samoan SWAT Team.
Well, as the Samoan SWAT team make their way to the ring, the SST, if I could ask you, sir, to kindly give the headset back to Terry Taylor.
I'll take it back. I'm switching seats with you from now on. I'd rather be in the ring and safer. Nobody jumps me from behind when I was wrestling. Man, these guys want to get in the American Wrestling Federation. It's embarrassing.
Well, I don't know how safe it would be in the ring if you had the SST facing you in the opposite corner. This is one of the most frightening tag team combinations in the world today.
Yeah, they are. And Terry Allen and Eric Freedom, they said they'd come in, wrestle anybody, anytime, under any circumstances. I'm pretty sure they're looking at each other going, uh-oh, what have we gotten ourselves into? Because the Samoans, well, they may, I don't know if they're cannibals, but they sure do heat it up in the ring and they eat their competition alive.
And we've talked so many times about Samoan wrestlers as a group. They are savages. They are absolute maniacs in the world of professional wrestling. Oh, for heaven's sakes, there's a Pearl Harbor job, and that Quake Cam already is shaking.
Yeah, you can see the impact of these blows. The ring is shaking. The bodies are flying. They are rocking. Well, maybe we should calm it down. Maybe get just a little bit of class in here. Well, first we have a double team move. Whoa! Into the lights. Oh, man, let's right now. Let's go to the ambassador in the Warrior corner. Take it away, Steve Casey.
Once again, the ambassador, Steve Casey, is speaking to you moronic Americans. Presently, I'm in Australia, and even here, the word is out. The new place to be is the AWF. Well, let me tell you something. Next week, I'm coming to America, and it's going to be your privilege to see me in action.
Well, there's a very modest individual, and Ambassador Steve Casey, as the SST continues the assault on Terry Allen and Eric Freedom. This combination, the Samoan SWAT team, they never back up. I have never seen them take a back step from anybody, and like them or not, they get the job done in a hurry. Look at this.
Is this a mugging, a massacre, or a melee? They have Eric Freedom back in the corner. What's it say? They're cannonballs?
Cannibals.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a little trouble reading. The Quake Cam's shaking, bodies going everywhere.
Oh, he's
Eric
biting.
Freedom's getting bitten in the face.
Well, that answers your question about the cannibal, I guess. Munching on the nose of Eric Freedom.
Well, I tell you what, Eric Freedom has, double thrust kick right to the face. And look at this, they are in no hurry to finish this guy off. It's like a lion just playing with its prey.
Absolutely it is. Once they smell blood, that's when they enjoy it the most. And they are setting up poor Eric Freedom right now. Oh, he's in the wrong place. He's in the wrong profession right now, Eric Freedom. Oh, no.
I've been in the ring for 50 glorious years. Anytime you fall backwards like that, it's a scary, scary feeling. Almost as scary as looking up and seeing this guy. Oh, no!
Ah, that has got to do it. He is absolutely flattened. And the SST, and they take a shot at Terry Allen. The SST tremendously impressive here. That was an absolute hatchet job on the combination of Allen and Freedom.
I can't believe they're not letting this guy go either. They got him by the hair. Well, I'll tell you what, Zach, man, the president is going to have to examine this tag team because they are savages. You said it right. Nobody is safe when they're in the American Wrestling Federation.
Well, I have to believe that Terry Allen and Eric Freedom are going to do their very, very best to find another line of work after this one. They were dismantled right from the opening bell by the SST.
Yeah, you can see right here, they flapjacked this kid into the stratosphere. Right there, Terry Allen on his shoulder and face. That right there would have been enough, but no. Double thrust kick to the face. Those Samoans, look at the size of their legs. The seat of power is unbelievable. Suplex off the top rope. That is a crippling move, and it is followed up by one of the most impressive splashes I've ever seen. Cameraman, do your thing. What a move!
Boy,
wow.
That is a 747 coming in for a landing. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, Ken Resnick is standing by with Coco Beware and Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
This match is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first from Minneapolis, weighing 215 pounds, John Paul.
All right, John Paul from Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right, John.
Your hometown.
Absolutely.
I hate it. Go Florida.
And his opponent from Kensington, London, England, weighing 265 pounds, he is the Ambassador, Steve Casey.
Well, ladies, would you get a load of this? The Ambassador, Steve Casey, resplendent in the bow tie and the suspenders and the derby. A very, very arrogant individual who has been tossing out challenges to everybody in the American Wrestling Federation, particularly gentleman Chris Adams.
Yeah, but this guy's got that good-looking jawline. He's 6'5", he's 270 pounds. Those girls are trying to crawl over the railing to get to this guy.
Well, he wants no part of it. He is focused right now on John Paul
from Minnesota.
Absolutely the Gopher State, and we're proud of him.
Why don't you go for anything? Just get out of here.
Stop picking on me.
All right.
He hands the ringside attendant all his garb here. He's in full regalia.
Yeah, this guy is a graduate of the Wigan Academy in England. It's where they teach young guys submission wrestling. They don't teach them how to pin people. You learn that later on. He knows every joint lock and every submission there is. And I hope he teaches me a couple to use on you, Cart.
Well, knock it off, for heaven's sakes. And I don't want to take anything away from his opponent, John Paul.
You know all about him, don't you?
Absolutely.
Give us some background.
I have seen John Paul actually since his debut in professional wrestling about 7, 8 years ago. This is a talented young man, but already he's in trouble.
Yeah, right there, Casey floated from a Finnish cravat, which is a European move, to a Grumman or front face lock. I know all this stuff.
Boy, I'm getting a lesson here.
Yeah, well, anytime you're sitting next to me, you should learn something. Nice move, ducking the lariat, and look at the arrogance. The one thing about this guy is he is silky smooth.
Well, you know, you talk about arrogance, Terry. I have to agree with you, for heaven's sakes. You don't turn your back on anybody in professional wrestling.
Well, it's like a guy said to me one time, I don't turn my back on anybody I'm scared of. So I guess he's not afraid.
Ducks the attempt over the top. Great agility. Oh, what a clothesline by John Paul. And he rocked the big man. He doesn't know where he is.
Boy, he got hit in the face, hit his head on the mat. He's dazed. His eyes are open, but they're going sky. Oh, playing some opossum.
Big elbow.
Right, that was on the chin, not the throat.
He got some velocity and some height on that one, and John Paul is in a world of hurt.
Look at the deadpan expression there by the Ambassador. One-arm backbreaker, well executed. But look at this, well, turn around so what I'm saying makes sense. Would you there, Ambassador? his face, the countenance never changes.
Absolutely not. He's got that one expression, glaring at his opponent with disdain. Oh, Russian leg sweep, and hits hard down on the canvas, and John Paul is in real trouble.
Yeah, I hate that move. I did that to a couple of guys, and if you don't know what you're doing, and that's all I'm going to say about that, is you hurt yourself as much because you're taking the same fall unless you can shift your momentum, and he did it well.
Well, John Paul tried to fire back a very ineffectual shot to the midsection, and right now, Ambassador Steve Casey firmly in control, and he tosses John Paul outside the ring.
Yeah, there's one thing about this guy. When you have no respect for your opponent, you can throw him out because you know no matter how much you... Oh, now that's great agility. He jumped over the top rope, came down with a sledgehammer to the back. When you don't respect your opponent, you throw him outside and do things like that.
You know, and Terry, we have to address the issue of Steve Casey tossing out these challenges to gentleman Chris Adams, a fellow countryman.
Yeah, but what happens if he doesn't beat John Paul?
Right.
You know, you gotta back things up here. I think I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna do the flip and roll. No. Oh. Wow, what a move.
Had to break a rib on that one. In for the cover, hooks the leg. This one is over, and a very, very impressive performance here by Ambassador Steve Casey. You know, the referee tried to raise his arm in victory. He even shoved the referee aside. This is one arrogant individual, Terry.
Yeah, but he backed it up. He came out here challenging everybody. He's got an international reputation. He comes in here using some of those European moves, and John Paul may have never seen him before. I tell you, John Paul's a great wrestler. He'll have another day, but today it belongs to the Ambassador.
Well, this is where he missed that drop kick.
I'm doing the slow-mo. Watch his elbow on the chin. Bang in the face, not the chest. Russian leg sweep, well executed. And then he does this fall-away slam. Look at how his body weight spears John Paul. Yeah, he did a good job, and he's pretty happy with himself. Steve Casey, the Ambassador, nice little smile.
Well, it's about time, some expression. Steve Casey is standing by right now with our broadcast colleague, Kenny Resnick. Here we go.
He is the Ambassador from Kensington, England, and certainly the Casey Kamikaze, very devastating. If I may, this term Ambassador, now where did that come from?
Listen, you American reprobate. When you speak to an ambassador, you call me sir.
All right, I'll rephrase it. Where did this term Ambassador come from, sir?
I was born with the title Ambassador. I represent everything that is great in Europe. I am the representative of Europe, the finest wrestling style in the world. And you see, you Americans, you low-bred Americans, we gave you the language, we gave you the tongue to speak. If it wasn't for the English, you'd be speaking Arapaho. We gave you everything. Now you're going to try and go back to my style of wrestling, the round system. That is my territory, and that is your downfall, you heathens.
He is the Ambassador. Let's go back to ringside.
This match is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first, weighing 285 pounds, Hulk Elliott.
Whoa, wait a minute, dudes. Well, you know something, there's no Hulk in there now, man. I'm going to hit the ring and drop a leg on that guy. I can't take it, dude.
Take it easy. It's all right. Sit down.
And his opponent from Minneapolis, weighing 220 pounds, Tom Zink.
All right, out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, the exciting Z-Man, Tom Zink. He's going to be a welcome addition to the American Wrestling Federation. And ladies and gentlemen, you'll get a look at the Z-Man in just a moment. Stay with us, everybody.
Give me that headset back. Well, I can't do it, dude. I got to hit the ring, man. Somebody stole my name. Give me that headset back. I can't do it. I'm on my way, man. I got to go to the ring.
You know, there's too much extracurricular activity around our broadcast table. Who was that guy? Back in the ring, ladies and gentlemen, the Z-Man, Tom Zink, out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, a former Mr. Minnesota and an accomplished professional wrestling star. Right now, he's set to make a name for himself in the American Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, he really looks great. I've said it 100 times that a lot of muscleheads come into professional wrestling, do not make the transition. Well, Z-Man is one of the few that did. Great technique, great athleticism, and a real good body, kind of like you, Cars.
Ouch. Kind of like, who was that guy in that yellow and red outfit anyway?
I don't know, but I got to get an ejector seat or something. I got to protect myself. Oh, kick in the face! What a shot!
Boy, there's some dental work for you. And another one. Tom Zink, the Z-Man, throws one of the most powerful drop kicks in the world of wrestling. And right now, oh, he kicked him right in the back. The Hulk is he's about to see the chiropractor and the dentist all in one day.
Look at Z-Man. You can tell he's strong because he physically had to lift Hulk up off the ground. I mean, Z-Man is more aggressive than I've ever seen him.
Well, certainly his intent is to impress the promoters and, of course, the other wrestlers in the American Wrestling Federation. I guarantee you he has his sights set on Tito Santana. Standing drop kick. What agility.
Yeah, he hit the Hulkmeister right in the chin. Down he goes, and there's that strength again of Z-Man to pick this guy up.
What did this man weigh, 450 when he was introduced?
285 pounds, meathead.
Please.
Look at him stagger around.
Zink followed him in.
That should be illegal. The size of Z-Man's calves, that was deadly.
Grabs him in that side headlock to the top. There's that twisting bulldog, and this could be it for Hulk. There's a count of 1, 2, and 3. What a maneuver by Tom Zink.
Man, I'll tell you what, I've never seen that move. He takes right there. He's taking out the trash. Hulk goes down. Up he goes. Look at that height and extension on that drop kick. Well executed. This guy is an athlete, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a move that I've never seen before. The twisting bulldog. And boy, he plants the Hulk Elliott. Wow.
Well, you bet he did. A very impressive debut for the Z-Man, Tom Zink. And he is standing by right now with our broadcast colleague, Ken Resnick. Take it away, Ken.
Week in and week out, how the competition here in the American Wrestling Federation is heating up. And boy, the Samoan Maniacs, absolutely no exception. And talk about heated up action in the tag team category. Mr. USA, Tony Atlas and Coco Beware teaming up with Tony. You guys are stepping right into it next week right here on television. You're stepping in against none other than the Texas Hangman.
Well, you know, the Texas Hangman, they're a tough team and everything, but they don't make me no nutter man because I feel so good right now. So good, Daddy-O, that I got my main man, Coco Beware right here. Hey, Coco, you know how the people love us out there and we love the fan. And I know people don't know that Coco can say, lay it on them, brother. You see when you got Mr. USA and you got the Birdman, how can we lose with the stuff we're gonna use? Yeah. So the Hangman, get ready because you definitely will get hung when you use the power, and the man is gonna be flying high in the American Wrestling Federation and looking down. Isn't that right, Frankie? I feel good.
They are indeed. Coco Beware, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and frankly, what a wild one that's going to be next week.
That is.
Tag team matches scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first at a combined weight of 418 pounds, the team of Pretty Boy Floyd and Firefighter Jim.
Did you catch that, Terry? A combined weight of 418 pounds.
That means each of them weighs 209.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 587 pounds, they are Jeff Gaylord and the Warlord.
The Lord Brothers.
What a combination here in the American Wrestling Federation. 2 monsters, 2 behemoths in the persons of Jeff Gaylord and the Warlord. Oh, look at that mug.
Everybody is I'll tell you what a body on Jeff Gaylord. When you got a guy as good and strong and big as he is, and you look across the ring and see somebody stronger and bigger, run for your lives, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a long day.
Well, we're going to find out in just a moment just how long or how short this one's going to be. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Excuse me, sir. May I please see your headset?
Oh, no, not again.
I'd just like to say that I'm a wheelin' dealin', kiss stealin' son of a gun, and happen to be the greatest wrestler, whether I'm in the American Wrestling Federation or not, today.
Woo! Well, why don't you style and profile right out of here Ladies and gentlemen, who was that guy? Right now we're going to send it to the Warriors corner and two of the true superstars in the American Wrestling Federation.
Can't believe the electricity in the air. The air of the American Wrestling Federation, the #1 federation in all of professional wrestling today. We've been receiving cards and letters from all over the world saying, Jimmy Powers, Johnny Gunn, you're the guys we want to follow. You're the guys we love. We love your ring savvy and smarts. Cards, letters, flowers. I received a proposal last week too. But it doesn't matter. We are determined to wrestle guys in the ring like Warlord and Gaylord.
You know, Johnny, I know you and I have waited a long time to get to where we are today, the American Wrestling Federation. And right here is where we're going to make our mark. It's just a matter of time before the gold is around our waists.
Well, what a matchup that would be if those two powers of Gunn were to face the team of Gaylord and the Warlord.
Wow, I'll tell you what, at least Jimmy Powers got to say something that time. And look at the power of Gaylord, and now, oh my, he's gonna get tagged in. Poor Pretty Boy Floyd. He ain't gonna be his namesake for much longer, not that he ever was.
Well, that looks like a high school version of Dennis Rodman in there right now.
The Worm. Oh. Boy, I hope Gaylord didn't hurt his knee.
Well, that's got, look at this. Look at this humiliating cover, and that is it. Very, very impressive. A monstrous combination, Jeff Gaylord and the Warlord.
Yeah, and not only are they big and ugly, they're strong, too. Man, I'll tell you what, both these guys, the Warlord about 330 pounds, Jeff Gaylord with the long hair, okay, with the hair, he's about 285. What a combination.
Well, this tag team was absolutely dismantled, and look at Gaylord. He is asking for any and all comers to get into the ring. And I'll tell you something, if you're American Wrestling Federation President Paul Alperstein, you've got to take a long look at this combination. If you've got any tag team championship tournaments in the offing in the future, you've got some real beef right there.
Are you talking about that lady at ringside? Okay, now we have a beautiful suplex there by Jeff Gaylord, showing that he has wrestling skills, but chooses to do things the other way. Bang, what a shoulder block. Pretty Boy Floyd gets knocked out of his socks. What a shot by the Warlord, 330 pounds. And there you see Gaylord right across the chest and neck. Man, I wish that was you, Cars. Oh, if I could only buy these guys off.
Thanks a lot, pal. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's send it to my good friend, Ken Resnick, standing by with the flamboyant Michael P.S. Hayes. Take it away, Ken Resnick.
Ladies and gentlemen, very honestly, I'm not looking forward to this interview. The most fine man, a man that is, no one has been able to control. I don't know where you're getting your money from, Nails, but your fines are well into the thousands of dollars.
Let me tell you something, little man. Don't worry about where I got my money buried. One thing's for sure, I got enough cold cash stashed to get back in the ring and take care of that bum, Tony Atlas. Let me tell you something, Tony Atlas. You may be one of the strongest men in the world, but you've never been in a real fight. You don't know what it's like to have 6 prison guards breaking your knees with nightsticks, beating you from head to toe, Tony Atlas. You've never been in a prison yard fight. But let me tell you something, Atlas. When you get in a ring with me, I'm going to put you in a prison yard fight, and then I'm going to put you in a bag, and they're going to carry you out.
Let's get back to ringside. Whew. With a very pleased, luscious Tommy Rich, another big win for your family member, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
When you got a brain like Rico and you got 2 wrestling machines like the Hammer and luscious Tommy, you know things have got to go your way. You know, I hear a little later in the show, they're having the big drawing to see what the pairings is going to be in the tournament. Well, like I said before, you know, there's a little talk about your name might not get drawn. Well, like I said, Rico got a lot of scratch. And, you know, money talks. And Hammer...
Well, you trying to say that President Paul Alperstein was under the table?
No, I didn't say that. I said Rico got money and money talks. And we will be in that tournament. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know about that double meaning there, but Rico Suave, a lot of people wondering what's going to happen if one of your 2 family members doesn't make it in the tournament.
I'd be very upset.
I'd be very upset because we're going to be cheating the fans of the American Wrestling Federation out of two of the greatest wrestling technicians in the world today. And you know something? It ain't going to happen. Let's not even. Why do you want to aggravate me like that, Resnick?
It's a very strong possibility. Greg the Hammer Valentine, the talk is a championship match could go up to 12 rounds, something to be very unusual. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you what, 12 rounds, that would be fine for me. I like long matches, and I thrive on competition. And just this match I just had right now, that was just merely a warm-up for Greg the Hammer Valentine. Like I said before, the man wasn't even in my caliber, and I hammered him down, and I put that awesome figure four leg lock, the greatest hold of professional wrestling today. Nobody, once that figure four is locked on, can get out of it. That's why it's called a lock, and I'm the man that has the key. And I have the key to winning the championship of the American Wrestling Federation. If not me, this man right here, Luscious Tommy Rich, because the family is going all the way to the top.
Remember, that drawing's still to come. I'm standing with Sir Oliver Humperdinck, and Sir Oliver, very honestly, you were one of the first managers to enter the American Wrestling Federation.
Let me tell you one thing, Kid Resnick, I don't stay around as long as I have by being a slouch. I know where the good things are happening, and it's happening right here in the American Wrestling Federation. And I know there's a lot of people out there right now that are mighty unhappy to see me, but get used to it because I'm going to be around a long time. Because I've got with me in the American Wrestling Federation the greatest tag team to ever come out of the state of Texas, and there's been legions of them. But these two guys, my new tag team, are at the pinnacle of tag team success. I'm talking about Killer and Psycho, the Texas Hangman. Talk to him, brother.
You know, I'm going to tell you something, Kid Resnick. You're looking at the two biggest, baddest pieces of meat ever to step out of the state of Texas. And now we're here in the AWF, the American Wrestling Federation, and we're here for one thing, that's to beat people up. Tell them about it, Killer. Step into the war zone, boys.
Let's go back to ringside.
It starts next week.
I'm standing with the Warlord, arguably one of the most powerful men in all of professional wrestling. Now, Warlord, next week you are signed for a tag team match here in the American Wrestling Federation, but everyone wants to know who's your partner.
What'd you like to know? And you think I'm big? And you think I'm bad? And you think I'm crazy? Well, take a look at this.
Now, Warlord, as big and strong as you are, what in the world makes you think you can even control Nails?
What makes you think I want to?
There it is, Mick and Terry next week, Warlord and Nails together in a tag team matchup. What a war that one's gonna be. Back to you two.
Man! Well, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and Terry, a very determined and dejected Tony Atlas. Not much he can do about it, unfortunately. He's out of here for now.
First, at a combined weight of 477 pounds, the team of Billy Joe Eaton and Ken McGuire.
You know what you're talking about? It would be cheaper to take a hit out on somebody to pay that $10,000 fine, or you can, for the $10,000, eat as much as McGuire has.
Oh, you need more than that.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 475 pounds, the team of two Cold Scorpio and Gentleman Chris Adams.
All right, we are going to take a look at two master technicians of the wrestling ring, Gentleman Chris Adams and two Cold Scorpio.
If you haven't seen two Cold Scorpio, you're going to be electrified with what this guy can do. Chris Adams, probably the greatest English wrestler I've ever seen, and I've been around the block, including the ambassador, Steve Casey. And Two Cold Scorpio does stuff that defies gravity and logic.
You know, Terry, years ago there was a tag team combination, Doug Gilbert and Dick Steinborn. They called them Mr. High and Mr. Low. One had the aerial maneuvers, the other was more of a mat wrestler. I think you've got the same situation here with Adams and Scorpio.
That was before my time. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Billy Joe Eaton here going up with Ken McGuire, your favorite wrestler.
Well,
What
he's still got the pink tights on. He's still got the pink tunic. He has not learned his lesson as yet.
Well, at least he's got the over-the-shoulder boulder holder gimmick instead of just having those short pink tights, which on him are about a yard high.
This should be a very interesting matchup because, as I said, you've got Chris Adams, technically one of the greatest in the world today, the leverage wrestler, the European style. Not a lot of high-flying maneuvers from Adams. Of course, he's got that devastating super kick. On the other hand, you said it all about Too Cold Scorpio. Electrifying is the word.
Now, if you were on radio, ladies and gentlemen, and I had to describe Ken McGuire, I'm not sure how I could do it. Not only is his body hideous, look at that outfit. Well, how would you describe those leggings?
I just turned the monitor around. Heaven's sakes, you don't want to look at that for too long. You can't describe it.
Yeah, well, McGuire wouldn't be in the American Wrestling Federation if he didn't have something, whether it's a bribe to Alperstein or I don't know. But this guy has come in here, he's trying, I'll give you that.
Oh, and there's gentleman Chris Adams. He blocked the first punch thrown by McGuire, leveled him with a shot of his own, and now McGuire backs off. You know, we talked to Adams earlier on in the locker room. He definitely has Ambassador Steve Casey on his mind.
Yeah, well, he better have McGuire and Eaton on his mind today. The competition here in the American Wrestling Federation is good. Man, look at those people booing you, Karsh. Sit down. And here he is, Too Cold Scorpio, our first look at him this week. Bang! I hope he does some of that high-flying stuff after everything we've said.
Oh, he is an amazing wrestler indeed, ladies and gentlemen. If this is your first opportunity to see Too Cold Scorpio, you stay right there in that easy chair. You are going to be amazed at what this man can do. There's the tag to Eaton right now. McGuire takes a much-needed rest on the outside of the ring.
I like this Billy Joe Eaton. This kid's young, he's aggressive. Shoulder block, knocks Scorpio down, over. Whoa, what leaping ability.
Oh, there's a perfect example of what we're talking about. Caught him right in the nuts that time. Look at Scorpio now. Oh!
He just did a flip and dropped the leg on the guy.
I'd like to see somebody else do something like that, dude.
All right, wait. We told you once before. Hit the bricks, pal. Give Terry back the headset. Come on, Terry, sit down.
All right, I'm back. But you see the way he did that? He cut a flip and dropped the leg on the guy. What athletic ability. Here's gentleman Chris Adams.
Oh, big block flag. He set his head into orbit. Big elbow. He dropped it right across the sternum.
That's illegal. Point of the elbow is illegal. Get Jesse Hernandez to understand some English.
Oh, don't start going after Jesse Hernandez. A great official. There's a suplex.
Is there such a thing as a great official?
Well, certainly there is. Come on.
At least he's not on strike. All righty then.
Some of the best are right here in the American Wrestling Federation. Scorpio signaling right now. What's he? Oh, man!
Let's see Hercules, what he thinks of that. He kicked out. I love this kid, Billy Joe Eaton. Power bomb, kick out. Go, Billy Joe!
Hey,
I admire talent.
Be a little unbiased here, pal. Come
I just
on.
dropped my pen. I'm so excited. Go get it, Karsh.
I'm not going anywhere. Here we go. Double Irish whip into the ropes and that double elbow.
Why is it an Irish whip?
I have no idea. There's a cover, two, and again. Eaton is showing tremendous tenacity and staying power here, Terry. You're absolutely right. Yep, great heart.
I love these young kids that don't know enough to stay down. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. But this kid is so young, so strong, he keeps kicking out of stuff that would have murdered a guy like you, Karsh.
You got that right. And again, Scorpio and Adams cutting off the ring, preventing... Oh, my God! Right in the temple. He's got to be out. Count of one.
He kicked out again, my new favorite wrestler.
This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The heart of this kid. Incredible. He is taking some pounding. Scorpio, oh my word. That's got to do it again. Got him to it. Do you believe this, Terry?
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the greatest display of heart and guts I've ever seen.
And that is the end of the first round, and you're absolutely right. They could not put Mr. Eaton away no matter what they tried.
Yeah, speaking of putting somebody away, try and put away these two guys in the Warriors' corner.
We're looking at one of the best tag team in the world today, and that's the SST. You know what? Our favorite part is to beat up on people. Not only that, we love to bite your neck, rip your ears off. Somebody!
You have got to be be kidding me. I can't believe what they're nuts. They are bona fide sickos, for heaven's sake. What was that?
That was the SST Samoan SWAT team, and I'll give them your regards as far as what you think of them.
Please don't.
As far as being insane, hitting each other with garbage can tops.
Man!
He said they wanted to bite somebody on the neck and tear their ears off. You're the perfect guy for that because you got no neck and horrible ears.
You know, if I was about 60 pounds heavier and somewhat tough,
you'd look like McGuire.
I would deck you. All right. Back to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, of McGuire. Well, that was a short-lived offense. He tags out already. Back in the ring is Mr. Eaton going back to work on Too Cold Scorpio. We did not see much of McGuire there on that little exchange.
All right, count your blessings. I'll tell you what, this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Billy Joe Eaton survived the storm. He goes back to wrestling. He has that arm. And they're tagging in and out. This is good strategy. Well, that wasn't, but when you got talent like this kid, forget it.
Well, now McGuire is facing the wrath of Too Cold Scorpio.
Yeah, but Scorpio's punching his way out. They were wrestling. Say it.
All right. He's punching his way out, but it worked. Tag in. Here comes Adams. Takes a shoulder tackle from a rejuvenated Ken McGuire over the top. Oh, he took the leg right out from underneath him. And again, Adams now firmly in control here over Ken McGuire. Oh, what a super kick. Oh.
That was not a super kick. That's an enziguri, made famous by Antonio Inoki. Here comes Billy Joe Eaton. What's he going to do? He has been decimated with that lariat twice by Chris Adams. 5 seconds to get a double team move in. 3. Well, Jesse's counting. 1, 2.
Oh, stop it. Lay off it. Wait a second now. Just as we spoke earlier on, here's Ambassador Steve Casey. Bang! There's the super kick. Oh my gosh, no mistaking that one. Here's a tag now. Too Cold from the top. Oh, a 360. This one is history.
That's 450 degrees. 360 plus another 90. There are your winners, and they earned it, ladies and gentlemen. Too Cold Scorpio on your left, gentleman Chris Adams on your right, and a fallen young warrior, Billy Joe Eaton, who on another day is going to have a great career. What a matchup here on the American Wrestling Federation.
Well, no question about that. And again, as we said, the camera caught him a moment ago, Ambassador Steve Casey, he's going to be a thorn in the side of gentleman Chris Adams.
Well, how do you know that? By him just standing there looking, Cars.
Well, he's doing more than that. This man is planning something. He's been antagonizing Adams right from the get-go here. And there he is. Scorpio has pointed him out to Chris Adams.
Hey, you pay for a ticket, you can watch anything you want. The ambassador didn't bother anybody, came out like a gentleman and then left. Speaking of gentlemen, right here we have gentleman Chris Adams and Too Cold Scorpio. Double elbow on Billy Joe Eaton. Boom kick to the side of the head, which would have killed a normal man. Billy Joe Eaton kicks out of that, continues on. They throw him in. Double backdrop. Look at the height. This kid tries to block him with his hands. Nothing. Down he goes. Billy Joe Eaton did well, but right there, the super kick tells the tale.
A tremendous victory indeed. Look at this from the top. Incredible maneuver on the part of Too Cold Scorpio. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, our friend, the lovely Chrissy, standing by with Coco Beware. Take it away, Chris.
Scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first, weighing 232 pounds, the Terrorist.
Well, this is a man, pardon the expression, that's tailor-made for a guy like Sergeant Slaughter.
Paris Island, South Carolina, weighing 305 pounds. He is America's hero, Sergeant Slaughter.
All right, stand up and salute. Here comes the Sarge, everybody. America's hero, Sergeant Slaughter. The crowd just absolutely loves this man whenever and wherever he appears, handing out the American flag. And I guarantee you, Sarge is looking forward to get into the ring with a man by the name of the Terrorist.
Yeah, it's almost too good to be true. You see a guy, Sergeant Slaughter, a great patriot, going up against a guy calling himself the Terrorist. Wow, I can't wait to see Sergeant Slaughter hand out those flags, get in there and see what he's got going against a guy called the Terrorist. You know, that's my whole name, Terrorist Taylor.
It is, huh? Parents didn't like you right from birth.
Wait a minute. Dr. Paul and Barbara love their little boy.
The USA and Sergeant Slaughter, ladies and gentlemen, they go hand in hand. Look at the response that the Sergeant gets from this crowd, high-fiving everybody. This country loves him, and if you're going to have anybody, I've said it before, get into the ring with anyone who has anti-American sentiment, this is the man that you want to send in.
Always has been, always. That's a great shot at the American flag. You can see Sergeant Slaughter saying, #1 always has been, always will be. I've been around the world. I've seen the way it is, and there's no place like the United States of America.
Listen to this crowd. The terrorist he's livid. He's having a stroke in there listening to this USA chant.
A stroke?
Sergeant Slaughter, and we know, Terry, that he is still feeling some disappointment over not being a part of the Tag Team Championship tournament along with Tito Santana. But he'll bounce back. The Sarge refocused already, and I guarantee you his mind is on nothing but the terrorist right now.
Yeah, that's one thing about Sergeant Slaughter. Maybe it's that military discipline. He's always focused, and I love it right there. Take care of that hat. I earned it. What a gravel voice. Ted Hunt, as you were, Karsh.
Easy, you'll hurt yourself. You want a throat drop here?
Is that a wrestling move?
The terrorist now, let's see if he's going to break cleanly along the rope. Sarge didn't give him an opportunity. I think Sarge smelled a rat there and got out of harm's way before the terrorist had an opportunity to unload a haymaker. Yeah. Listen to this crowd again. They just love Sergeant Slaughter. And you know, before we forget, let's talk just for a second about Bob Orton Jr. That's an angry individual.
Yeah, I was out there doing that interview, and you know, guys like Sergeant Slaughter take on guys like Bob Orton Jr., but Orton Jr. is almost obsessed with Tito Santana, that American Wrestling Federation Championship.
Well, he could be as obsessed as he wants, but he doesn't have a lock on title shots. I guarantee you the Sarge would love to get a shot at the title, whether Tito, his friend, is holding it or not.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hey, oh yeah, American heroes, Sergeant Slaughter out there. I'm American Dream, baby. Live in the color, put it if you will.
Could Terry have his headset back, please? Thank you, sir.
I can't stand it, man. Change seats with me. Every time I'm sitting here, somebody yanks me out. And Sergeant Slaughter's out here taking on the terrorist, and I'm getting attacked.
Listen to this. Oh, Sarge got it right in the eye. The terrorist, figuring that he was not handling Sergeant Slaughter's case at all, resorted to the eye gouge. And right now, the Sarge from Paris Island is in some trouble. The terrorist continues to...
USA this. Well, when you're in there against Sergeant Slaughter, you better take care of business, because this guy's been in this position before. He has been down, he has been out, but he comes back. And here he comes.
You do not want to anger Sergeant Slaughter. You're going to pay a price sooner or later, and the terrorist is doing that right now. Sarge dropped him like a bad habit, and he is really loaded for bear now. Big mistake, Mr. Terrorist. Oh, he's winding up. Oh, a shot very reminiscent of a man that I watched as a youngster from Milwaukee, the legendary Crusher. And there's that Slaughter cannon, and now signaling for the Cobra clutch. The terrorist made a big mistake when he ruffled the feathers of the Sarge.
Yeah, right here, he's got him in that Cobra clutch. Nobody gets out of that. Instant submission. Sergeant Slaughter, you don't realize how big this guy is. He's 6'6", 305 pounds. He puts those arms around your neck. Turn out the lights. The party's over.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, they are on their feet here this week in tribute to the one and only Sergeant Slaughter. The USA loves Sergeant Slaughter. Indeed, the fans saluting. What a great man.
Now, there he is. You see the young ladies even salute. We talked about Bill Clinton. He lets everybody in the military. They don't make them like Sergeant Slaughter anymore. Right there, a knee to the boiler. You see him locked up there with a terrorist. And this is what turned the tide. Breaking that eye. Sergeant Slaughter took some punishment. There's your move. The big wind-up, ladies and gentlemen. Crushes him. Bam, right in the chin. Loads up that Slaughter cannon. Boom! Right across the oozle pipe to the chin. Down he goes. Sergeant Slaughter hooks him in the Cobra clutch. Come here, Cart. Give me that arm. I want to do it to you.
You let go. Where's Alperstein? Let go.
Who cares?
Sergeant Slaughter victorious over the terrorists. Another victory for the good old USA. The terrorists made a big, big mistake.
Yeah, right here, you see the ring filling up. Celebration, USA #1. Speaking of things to celebrate, let's celebrate with our broadcast partner, Chris E.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first from the island of Samoa, weighing 296 pounds, the Superfly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard with the American Wrestling Federation. And there is the monster from Samoa, the Superfly, and Terry Taylor. An interesting week last week, the situation involving Mr. Hughes and Hurricane.
Yeah, I was in the back and I saw Hurricane get loaded onto the stretcher, then into the ambulance. His son was back there in the locker room area crying his eyes out.
First, the manager.
And as a result, ladies and gentlemen, as we begin the American Wrestling Federation Championship Tournament, instead of seeing Hurricane in action tonight, take a look at this man coming out right now, the Roughneck himself, by chicanery, by hook or crook. Here he is in the tournament, Mr. Hughes.
Yeah, and you see him with Sheik Adnan LKC. Hughes formed and shaped his own destiny. He came out there, he destroyed Hurricane from behind the back. They bought some other man off. I'll tell you, money talks. This guy, Sheik, I don't like the way he operates, but he's very successful. And Mr. Hughes, I mean, we're in the first round of the tournament. First round goes 3 rounds. Second round or the semifinal goes 6 rounds, and the finals go 12. But the rules are over the top rope, disqualification. Touch the referee, disqualification. If there is a tie, if it goes the time limit, then the referee has a scorecard and determines the winner, only in the American Wrestling Federation.
Oh, look at that now. Sheik Adnan LKC on the ring apron distracted the referee, and Mr. Hughes seizes the opportunity, and he is unloading on Superfly from the get-go. And Terry, Superfly comes to the ring with a knee brace, and Hughes stomping on the brace and now works on the throat.
Yeah, I'll tell you, in this business, professional wrestling and American Wrestling Federation, you're going to get hurt. But putting a brace on an injury is almost like putting a bullseye on yourself. Put it on the other leg, Superfly. He'll attack it. You'll protect the bad leg.
And you've got to believe that a man like Mr. Hughes, of all people, he's like a shark. If he smells blood, he's going right after you. And you can tell immediately Superfly is in dire straits. He's limping on that leg. He's in tough shape already.
Yeah, he covers up that leg. Hughes hits him in the face. Covers up the face. He gets kicked in the knee. Very bad when you're fighting a battle on 2 fronts. And right there also, when you have Sheik Adnan LKC on the outside distracted. Superfly hadn't even got out of the starting blocks.
Boy, he sure didn't. And there's a big headbutt by Hughes, but it didn't seem to faze the Samoan. And a second shot, and Hughes taking a little bit of back that time. There's 3 ineffectual headbutts, and the Samoan Superfly with a shot of his own to the midsection. He's trying to mount an offense. Oh, but Hughes with a rake to the eyes.
Oh, man, what agility by a 335-pound man. Up in the air, bang with an elbow. Got the leg hook, too. He got him.
What do you know about that, ladies and gentlemen? I am absolutely shocked. With relative ease, Mr. Hughes scores the victory over the Superfly, and for heaven's sakes, as you said, Terry, wearing that knee brace into the ring, what a mistake.
He hits him right there. Now watch that knee buckle when he hits him in the back of the neck. Double damage right there. Down he goes on that bad knee. Hughes seizes the opportunity, kicking, stomping, working on that injured leg. Shows the toughness of the Superfly, and Hughes, boom, up in the air, drops that tremendous elbow. This guy has no morals. How low will he go? Attacking a man from behind, and then wins right here, advancing to the semifinals.
Well, like it or not, he does continue on, and right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's toss it to our friend Ken Resnick, who has caught up with the Roughneck, Mr. Hughes.
A very impressive win for Mr. Hughes. Now, for those of you that were with us last week, you saw Mr. Hughes seriously injure Hurricane. In fact, Hurricane still hospitalized. Whether or not he wrestles again, still up in the air. Nonetheless, Mr. Hughes, I don't agree with how you got into the tournament, but again, very impressive win over Superfly.
That's right, just like I try to tell all these boys around this part of town who I am, the roughneck, Mr. Hughes, the Bronx, as they say in New York City. You see, don't nobody, I mean nobody, has ever survived that sidewalk slam. I am the roughneck, the man from the hood. And you don't forget it.
Well, Mr. Hughes, you've got a very tough task. Now you will be drawing in the second round the winner of the match between Hercules and Tito Santana.
You see, it doesn't matter to me. It makes no difference to me. Win, lose, or draw, I don't care. Anybody that wants to deal with me will go down with the sidewalk slam.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. What an interview we heard just a moment ago with Rico Suave and company.
Weighing 307 pounds,
Something, Terry, as you look over the roster of wrestling stars in this championship tournament, is there anyone more frightening than the man you're looking at right now in Nails?
I don't know. If you get out from behind me, I'll tell you something.
This is a scary, scary man. He absolutely, and I mean this sincerely, relishes the thought of getting into the ring and crippling somebody. Not just winning a match, putting his opponent out for life.
Weighing 230 pounds, he is the Birdman.
All right. Oh, you talk about popular. Here is a man that really gets this place rocking and rolling. Oh, and take a look at the expression on Nails as the Birdman, Coco Beware, makes his way to the ring. Terry, you and I talked about how much we admire Coco Beware, but this may be the unluckiest draw in the tournament.
Yeah, it'll be his swan song, if you know what I mean, the Birdman. He gets out here and he still has time to shake hands with all the fans. He's out there dancing, having a great time, but you've got to know, in the back of his mind, he knows that monster's in the ring waiting for only him. I think I'd spend a lot of time out there doing that.
I think I would too. The man's expression never changes. The only difference is that every once in a while, there's a little more drool, a little more salivating. He is absolutely treacherous in that ring. Look at this. He glares right through his opponent, and he is not the least bit impressed with the dancing right now of the Birdman Coco Beware.
Well, he didn't come here to dance. He came here to wrestle. He wants to advance in the semifinals. Man, he just paid his fine. This guy is unbelievable. Speaking of unbelievable, let's go to a Warriors corner right this second.
Gentlemen, Chris Adams, lucky you. I found out you're my first opponent. Well, wait till you step into the ring against the Warlord, because you're going to find out just how powerful I am and just how bad pain can feel. And in the end, I will be the winner. And I will go all the way to the end and be the new champion of the AWF.
Well, there's a powerful man in his own right in the Warlord, certainly a force to be reckoned with. But back to the action in the ring. Nails continues the assault on the Birdman, who mounts that second rope crossbody.
He got it down. 1, 2.
Man, I'll tell you, that would have been a major upset. Oh, no. Right over the top, and that's it. Automatic disqualification, Terry. That is it.
Yeah, but uh-oh, that isn't it.
Oh, no.
Coco advances, but right here, will he be able to if this guy Nails gets his hands on him? He is the most dangerous man in professional wrestling on the outside of the ring.
Well, I hope that the president, Paul Alberstein, is watching this one. The match has been called, and Nails refuses to quit. Look at him strangling the life out of Coco Beware with that microphone cable. This guy is nuts.
Yeah, he is. Coco Beware mounted some offense. Got a 2 count on Nails. The first time we've seen him off his feet. This young woman behind him, horrified at what's going on in front of her. Coco Beware down. Nails paid one fine. Now he's working on another one. Unbelievable.
Here's an example of a guy who clearly doesn't even care about the championship. Wait a second now. Mr. USA Tony Atlas has hit the ring.
Uh-oh, what does this mean?
Oh, have we got a stare down and a confrontation right now? Tony Atlas clearly in the ring to protect Coco Beware. Oh my, look at that.
Boy, if a picture speaks 1,000 words, look at the look on these two men's faces, but nobody making a move. Tony Atlas protecting Koko Beware. He didn't come in here to start a fight. He's just making sure Nails doesn't do to Koko what he does to everybody else.
Well, you know something? I give Tony Atlas all the credit in the world. Clearly, he is not afraid of Nails nor the reputation. And it looks to me as if Nails is the one that's doing a little backtracking here. He's not too eager to lock horns with Tony Atlas.
Yeah, but I don't blame him. Look at the intensity on the face of Tony Atlas. We saw what happened to him earlier. He got robbed on a match, called the cops, and right now he's making sure that maybe he's going to restore some order. Saperstein's going to have to monitor this whole situation.
Well, if Nails had any interest in the American Wrestling Federation Championship, he certainly didn't show that tonight. Once again, he went right after Koko Beware. He went berserk after he had already been disqualified. He's history for the tournament, and thank goodness for the presence of Mr. USA Tony Atlas.
Yeah, Koko Beware, bottom line, advances to the semifinals. We have Koko advancing, Sergeant Slaughter, Tommy Rich, and we also have Tito Santana, winners this week.
And there he goes, finally leaving the ring area. Nails. And let's take another look, Terry.
Beautiful crossbody, the smaller man using his greater skills. Down goes the Redwood, and right there, see that he's in trouble. Nails chucks him over the top rope, which makes Koko advance, knocks Nails out of the tournament, and right there you see him eyeing Frankie. I guess it's from one bird to another, jailbird.
Well, Frankie could have easily been in a pillow. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send it to our broadcast colleague, Ken Resnick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first round action in the American Wrestling Federation Championship Tournament continues.
Yeah, and here comes got to be one of the guys who's a favorite.
Born in England, weighing 235 pounds, gentlemen, Chris Adams!
Well, here is gentlemen Chris Adams, and Terry, we've said right from the outset, having been schooled in the round system in Europe, has to make gentleman Chris Adams one of the favorites in this tournament.
Yep, he grew up, he knows all about the round systems, the strategy, he knows how to make a game plan. This guy's in great shape, just got back from a tour in Japan. Brother Neil is a judo expert, and Chris, they say, is a better judo guy and wrestler.
Well, there's no question one of the great talents in this sport, but what an opponent will be staring at Chris Adams from across the ring.
Now, here we see, hear about it, the Warlord. Wait till you see this guy.
Oh, what a monster of a man.
If it was me, I'd be giving up right now. Look at the size of this guy.
You know, the question is, does scientific technique, oh man, would you look at that face?
I don't want to.
Does scientific technique and wrestling skill match up against the power and the strength of an individual like the Warlord?
Well, I guess we'll find out, because we have 3 4-minute rounds to find out if this big man can take Chris Adams. Well, I don't know if he can or not. Chris Adams has made a career out of beating bigger guys.
Well, Terry, so many times you have said that a smaller man relies on leverage. Once you get him down on the mat, everybody is the same size. But that's a task in itself, getting somebody like the Warlord down to the canvas.
Look at the size of his legs. I mean, can you ankle pick this guy? Can you leg dive him? What can you do to get him on his back? Because I know this guy can bench press 600 pounds, so if you're laying on him, off he goes too. What a physical specimen.
Well, the game of human chess, you're going to see it right now to see if Chris Adams can overcome this tremendous size difference.
Yeah, there's all sorts of size differences, weight differences in the American Wrestling Federation. Whoever wins this match is going to go against the winner of the Powers and Valentine match later on in the hour. Let's go to the Warrior corner and hear from a Warrior in the American Wrestling Federation.
There's a rumor going around that Johnny Gunn is the dark horse of the tournament. There's people that think that he's going to go a long, long way. Well, let me tell you something, Johnny Gunn. I ride dark horses into the dirt, boy, and I'm going to do the same thing to you.
Wow, a very confident Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., and as we were hearing from him, the Warlord was manhandling gentleman Chris Adams. Chris is having one heck of a time in there, Terry.
Well, you have to think that because of the size difference. When this guy's gas tank is full, the Warlord, all that strength comes into play. Oh, man. Crossbody caught into a body slam. But when he starts getting tired, those
those muscles are a negative because they're just excess weight.
Oh, and he rolled out of the way that time. There's the speed of Chris Adams. Drop kick. Oh, he nailed him right under the chin. He got him down. Oh, and Adams is hot right now as the Warlord beats a hasty retreat to the ringside floor, and he is confused and befuddled right now.
Yeah, but he's not really showing the effects of that drop kick other than frustration. What's going through the mind of Chris Adams right now? He got the big man down, but he didn't hurt him.
What a matchup, ladies and gentlemen, and again, every match in this tournament so important. The American Wrestling Federation, that prestigious championship, awaits the winner eventually of this tournament. And as I said, Terry, the talk of the wrestling world, this is the greatest. This is the American Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the mailman for the American Wrestling Federation. They got cards and letters blowing in, people saying how great this is, how they love the action. Having a tournament with every single match on television, there must be a winner. Unbelievable, almost unheard of in wrestling anymore.
You know, Terry, as I'm watching the Warlord here, there's not a lot of finesse, not a lot of science, but everything is high impact. He puts all his strength and muscle behind every shot. Oh,
quick, Cam.
Oh!
Well, that's a scary look when that guy comes roaring in there. He is huge. Chris Adams doing what he has to do. Dress stick times, make dress stick measures. Top rope splash, 1, 2, crossbody off the top. And he almost squashed Gronke with the power of the Warlord pushing him off.
Well, he tossed Chris Adams off like a feather pillow. Oh, wait a second. What a maneuver by Chris Adams. Can he get the big man over?
No leverage. He didn't have him leaning back. There was no leverage on that. Chris Adams paid the price. 330 pounds dropping down on him.
Had to have a couple of ribs go that time, Terry. Incredible strength exhibited by the Warlord. I cannot get over the size of this man. Ladies and gentlemen, you see him on television, but I am here to tell you, you stand next to him, he's like the Empire State Building, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah, he's a big, strong, impressive man, and you got to be intimidated getting in the ring against a guy like this. Chris Adams right now has got to be wondering what he has got to do to last 23 more seconds.
For the cover count of 1 and 2. Oh! He flail kicked his way out of that one. Give Adams some credit.
See how he uses his body? He twisted to get out of there. He didn't try to throw that big man up. Small package inside cradle. 2, 3, everyone. Oh, man, at 9 seconds left, we almost had an upset. I think it's an upset by the size difference alone.
Well, there's no question about that as we are in the waning seconds, and that's it. The time has elapsed, and the Warlord picked Adams up with that bear hug just after the bell had rung there. Very, very close, and Chris Adams may have bought himself a new lease on life.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind that Zamperstein is out. He's fine crazy. If you don't abide by the rules, you're out of here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming right back. Stay with us. Round 2 coming up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back we are in a very interesting first round as the Warlord seemed to take the measure of Chris Adams for a good portion of round number 1.
Well, I had to think that was going to be the case. A size difference like this, you've got to wear the big man down or make him make a mistake. And Chris Adams on an inside cradle almost caught the wind with about 9 seconds left.
And ladies and gentlemen, we want to reiterate too, gentleman Chris Adams going into this tournament was made one of the odds-on favorites. Ooh. Because of that training in the round system and style, but to this point, whoa, you got to give the Warlord some credit. He is really taking the measure of the man from Stratford-on-Avon.
In this tournament, as in every match in the American Wrestling Federation, there's 3 4-minute rounds. If there is a time limit draw, the referee, in this case Gary Gronke, will have a scorecard. There will be a winner determined by his scoring. There, if you throw your opponent over the top rope, handle the referee, which why would you if it's Gronke? That's an automatic disqualification. Paul Alperstein is watching these matches. Uh-oh, I said it right. He'll never forgive me. Zamperstein is ringside watching this, making sure that these are right down the middle and there are winners and losers. And if the referee makes a decision, Zamperstein sticks with that decision.
Well, I guarantee you that Paul Alperstein and the American Wrestling Federation want the name on the marquee to mean just what it says, wrestling. And you'll see more pure wrestling in the American Wrestling Federation than anywhere else.
Yeah, and you see Chris Adams grimacing. I don't know if it's the breath of that big man or the life being smashed out of him. Great elbow to the face, which is a legal move, as is
Terry, here's a situation where the Warlord, in that methodical style, this is giving gentleman Chris Adams at least some breathing room when he stalks his prey. You've got to follow up on a man like Chris Adams.
Yeah, Chris Adams, not the biggest guy in the American Wrestling Federation. He's got credentials, and you can't measure the size of a guy's heart. This is a mistake if you ask me. Up there too low. See, he's not hurt. He landed on his feet, but Chris Adams got the rest he needed. That super kick will drop a normal, ordinary man. I said a mortal man, and it didn't drop this monster. Oh! Belly to back on a 1, 2. He's got his shoulder up, and the Warlord didn't. Warlord thinks he won, but he didn't rotate his shoulder. It's got to be the decision. From this angle, that's what it has to be.
It certainly appeared that way. Very smart move on the part of Chris Adams. And now Gronke is telling the Warlord just what happened here. No, it is not the Warlord who's victorious. Chris Adams gets the dupe.
See, that's being a smart wrestler. He didn't overpower the big man. He used that savvy, that experience, which has made him an international superstar. He was on his back. He rotated that shoulder up, and there's your loser.
Well, he is absolutely mystified as to what happened here. The Warlord stunned. He thought he had gained the victory over gentleman Chris Adams. But as you said, you talk about ring savvy and smarts. Chris Adams proved it right there.
Yes, he did. This super kick has made a superstar out of Chris Adams all over the world. That is the first time I've seen him use that move and not beat a man, let alone not drop a man. Belly to back suplex. Both men's shoulders are down. Watch Chris Adams at the end of this. There's 1, 2. Now watch. Shoulders up. It's the shoulder blade, not the deltoid muscle. Great move by Chris Adams. He advances.
What a tremendous victory by gentleman Chris Adams. And speaking of Chris Adams, he's standing by right now with our broadcast colleague, Ken Resnick. Ken, take it away.
There was no question, gentleman Chris Adams, certainly the fan favorite in that matchup with the Warlord. Chris Adams emerging victorious. And Chris, you know, we've talked so many times, your experience with the round system, I think it really showed in that match against the Warlord. It's almost like you didn't want to try and pin him the first round, just wear him down.
That's what I was trying to do, Ken. I was trying to wear him down, and it's very, very tough. He's a big man. He's about 350 pounds. He's solid muscle. He's got no fat on him. He's fit. That is a hard man to beat. But you know what? I feel that the people are 100% behind gentleman Chris Adams, and that makes me feel strong inside. And I really think that is the reason that I won that match. I feel proud about it, Ken.
Chris, let me ask you, with your experience, you now have the opportunity. You'll be facing the winner of Greg Valentine and Jimmy Powers. That matchup still to come. Does that give you an advantage, being able to sit and scout that?
Yeah, it really does. You know, you watch the other parties. Greg Valentine, second-generation wrestler. My money's on you, so I'm looking out for you.
Wrestling fans, it has reached a fever pitch right now. Semi-final action in the American Wrestling Federation Championship Tournament continues. Terry, it is incredible in this building. The fans on the edge of their seats.
The city, weighing 235 pounds, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Yeah, well, he told you before, we thought he would be the one, whoever won that matchup between him and Johnny Gunn. And maybe Humperdinck was the difference. Well, that Humperdinck couldn't look good in the dark room, could he?
Oh, that is one frightening-looking man.
Yeah, but that right there is the Terminator. He's the one that gets in the ring. He's the one that does all the work. And Humperdinck is the guidance. Maybe he is the distraction. That guy right there is as solid as they come fundamentally.
And, you know, we make fun of Humperdinck, but he has guided men to championships over the years. He's putting a lot of stakes into Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. in the American Wrestling Federation.
And his opponent from Stratford-on-Avon in England, weighing 235 pounds, gentleman Chris Adams!
Everybody thinks that because Chris Adams is from England, where the round system was originated, that he has the odds-on chance to get in. Well, he has an opportunity here to make history. One of these two competitors next week in a 12-round match with a special referee is going to wrestle for the first time ever American Wrestling Federation Championship. Either Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. or Chris Adams takes on Tito Santana.
And ladies and gentlemen, referee Gary Gronke already...
Oh, goody. Gronke.
Leave him alone. Already he is admonishing
Oliver Humperdinck telling him very plainly, you stay on the outside of the ring. Do not interfere in this one. Let the two men decide who is the better man. As Orton originally powered Adams back into the corner, they're jockeying for position, and now Orton with 2 shots now, and 3. Oh, he's hammering away, but now look at Adams trying to fight his way out of the corner.
Boy, these are all legal blows, except Adams is in a corner. And look at him light up Bob Orton with those forearms. He's spaghetti-legged. And look at that, though. He was playing a little bit of opossum.
You have 2 of the greatest athletes in any sport, not just professional wrestling, tremendously conditioned, both Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. and gentleman Chris Adams, and they are trading shot for shot, punch for punch here in the early going.
This is not a battle of skill, it's a battle of wills. Both men are going to see what the other guy's got and what he's going to give. And each guy is giving 100% and taking and giving no quarter. Chris Adams missed that turnbuckle. Look, goes into it. That's called a finish cravat. That's an English move, and it looks like he slips it into a sleeper.
Referee right on top of it, making sure that that forearm hasn't slipped into a chokehold.
See how Orton's trying to get his chin down and push the arm up with that hand to get it off of his neck and up on his jawbone.
Tremendous camera work as usual with the American Wrestling Federation. The fans watching this one intently. As you said, it's next week for one of these 2 individuals with Tito Santana, the first ever champion in the American Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mick. What a great matchup. Tito Santana against Chris Adams. Tito Santana versus Cowboy Bob Orton. Either one main event anywhere in the world. Boy, he stiff-legged that move right there. Gave him that foot. We know what that means. That enziguri to the back of the head, made famous by Antonio Inoki. Chris has been to Japan. Great tour over there, and decided to come back and get into these finals. And he's made it to the semifinal.
Ooh. Drills Orton to the back of the head. You know, Terry, you mentioned the possible matchups. In either case, Adams against Santana or Orton against Santana, whether you like the style of Bob Orton or not, you have 3 tremendous wrestlers. They know the holds, the counter holds, and that's what this is all about.
Yeah, we told everybody we were going to have the greatest wrestlers in a different format, round system. Lariat there by Chris Adams got his body in, not as much as he wanted. Snapmare over, goes into a rear chin lock and back into that sleeper. Orton's got that chin down. But we were talking about we were going to bring people wrestling. We brought them law and order, and we're giving 2 athletes an opportunity to find out who the better man is. And next week we're going to find out who the #1 dude is on the range.
And congratulations in order to Paul Alperstein, the president of the American Wrestling Federation, and everybody involved. This is what it's all about, and wrestling fans all over the country continue to send in the cards and letters. They are responding tremendously to the AWF.
And I don't blame him, because we have the greatest wrestlers, and I think we have a new format. It's new, it's different. The round system, kick to the face by Orton after he stuck a finger in the eye of Chris Adams. You can hear the people giving their disapproval. Chris Adams, I'll tell you, he's been in trouble before, but this guy right here, Bob Orton, is a wily veteran who knows how to close a deal.
Throw them right to the forehead that time. We are down to just about 20 seconds now remaining in this round, everybody. This has been a seesaw battle, back and forth.
Got him up in a suplex. Chris Adams blocked that. He's got him up. Bam, 9 seconds left. Roll over, Chris, go for the win. Hurry up.
He's got him covered. Oh,
kicked out anyway.
And that is the end of the round.
Yeah, it is. Now we have Ken Riznick standing by with a very, very unhappy Tommy Rich.
Well, thank you, Mick Karsh and Terry Taylor, and I guess you could say, gentlemen, if you will, in the immortal words of Sergeant Slaughter, what goes around comes around.
You know, you're pretty smirky there. You better watch yourself while you're standing next to the luscious one. We just got robbed. We got robbed again, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. We're only here a short time, the AWF, and already people are pulling shots around our backs. Tell them, Tommy.
You know, it's a stinking shame's what it is. Sergeant Slaughter, where's Mr. Paul Alperstein now? You come out, cause me to get beat. Nobody shows their face. Well, let me tell you something, Slaughter. You bring your big self down. Paul Alperstein ain't got to sign a match anytime, anywhere, any place. You bring it down, and you better have a bunch of flags with you.
Let's get back to ringside for round 2.
Well, luscious Tommy Rich, red-faced, you talk about an intensity level. He's going right through the roof.
Yeah, he's upset. He thinks Sergeant Slaughter caused him that match. He did it himself. If he wouldn't have had that chain, Slaughter wouldn't have been at ringside.
And we are into round number 2 of this 6-round semifinal matchup. Gentleman, Chris Adams out of Stratford-on-Avon in England, and Kansas City's Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Yep, you haven't cheered in USA. You have the girls there pulling for Chris Adams. We've got stars from all over the world here. Everybody wants to be in the American Wrestling Federation. And that right there was a pretty good shot by Chris Adams, an illegal forearm.
Absolutely. Adams now tried a little bit slow to follow up there. Orton caught him with the boot and then the elbow right to the face. And now once again the tide of battle has turned once again, as it has so often during this match.
Yes, it has. Look at Orton holding him upside down, letting that blood drain into his head. Power slam, follows up with his own body weight, about 237 pounds. Both these guys about the same weight. Orton's got a little more experience as he drives that knee into the side of the face of Chris Adams. Underhook on the arm. He got the head hooked. I can't tell from his position. Got his chin buried into the chest of Chris Adams, trying to get a pin.
You know, we've talked about the second-generation heritage of Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., his father, Bob Orton Sr., as rugged as his son, very similar in style. One of the great stars of the 50s and 60s, and we mentioned before, Terry, Bob Orton Jr. has certainly surpassed his father's greatness. It's evidenced he's battling for the right to be in the championship final.
Yeah, great bridge here by Chris Adams. Turns it into a snap mirror. Beautiful escape. Elbow to the top of the head. And see that look of disgust on the face of Orton? It lit him up, and he was very unhappy about it. But you talk about families. Chris Adams' older brother, Neil Adams, was a 3-time gold medal winner in judo from England. And I've heard that Chris Adams can still whip his brother.
And we got a brief look at Oliver Humperdinck outside the ring.
Thank goodness.
Ever forget about his presence. He's a very, very dangerous man to have about ringside. In the corner, referee calls for the break. Orton decides, I thought he was going to whip him into the opposite corner, but he caught him with the clothesline.
I think Chris Adams was accelerating because he was going to have maybe an offensive move out of that corner. And just the experience of Bob Orton Jr. using that top rope as a weapon. It's legal, you can do it, and if you may as well, because that part of the ring is either going to be your friend or your foe.
Once again, we remind you, this is... he's ripping his face apart, for heaven's sakes. We remind you, this is the American Wrestling Federation Championship Tournament. Whoever wins this one, ladies and gentlemen, will battle Tito Santana in a 12-round championship bout next week.
Yeah, we'll have a special referee to make sure it's right down the middle. It'll be 12 4-minute rounds. We're going to give the whole show to it, so we will have a winner.
You know, I've been asking President Paul Alperstein
for a raise.
Well, forget that situation. Who, in fact, the referee is going to be, he's tight-lipped. He will not say.
I'm surprised he's tight-lipped about it. Oh, man. Driving the face of Chris Adams into the mat, almost in a pile driver-like maneuver. Well, he had eggs for breakfast. If they weren't scrambled before, they are now.
We are down to about 13 seconds right now.
Spin package! Chris Adams,
referee.
2. Oh, man.
Gronky a little bit out of position that time, Terry.
Gronky was groggy. Elbow to the top of the head. Round 3 coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Orton continued the assault momentarily, we are in fact going to round 3. This has been an even matchup through the first 2 rounds. The intensity level has not changed one bit. Stay with us, everybody. We're coming back for the conclusion. This is it, wrestling fans, the third and very, very important round coming up. Chris Adams and Bob Orton Jr. fighting to stay alive and get into the ring next week with Tito Santana for the American Wrestling Federation first ever championship. Look at Orton going into that boxing now.
Chris Adams needs, I was just sitting here watching this in awe. Chris Adams has his mouth open. That's the best way in the world to get knocked out. Super kick! Super kick, and he's
He's on his feet.
Oh, give Orton credit. Wait a second. Oh,
Instinct. That was instinct.
You bet. Absolutely, because he was out on his feet, and he had enough savvy to grab Adams and throw him through the ropes.
Have you noticed that Chris Adams' super kick has lost a little of its oomph as this tournament goes on and on and on? He's one of the smaller guys at 235 pounds, and the pounding he's taking in these matches subsequent to this semifinal has started to show its effects.
And Orton works on the back of Chris Adams. Once again, Adams down on the floor, outside the ring. The referee tells Orton to keep him back, give him a chance to get back into the ring. Well, I guess he's going to help him back in. No. Oh! Adams over the top now, attempted sunset flip. Oh, he sat right down.
But he's still got the ropes.
Wait a minute now. Oh, Terry Taylor, come on.
Don't blame me, I didn't do it.
With the help of Oliver Humperdinck. Take a look at this.
See that? You can see the impact to the back of the head. Chris Adams gets Bob Orton Jr. up in the air for this suplex. Well executed. You can see how he lands. Power slam here. Orton using all of his weight right onto the chest. Great matchup. I mean, we've got highlight after highlight strangling Chris Adams. And here we see the ending of the match. Chris Adams goes back. Grunke goes down what does his job, counts the shoulders.
And Bob Orton Jr. advances to the finals. He's standing by with Ken Resnick.
Perhaps we should begin calling Sir Oliver Humperdinck a soothsayer. He predicted Bob Orton in the finals, and so it has become. Now, what is there, a hotel in Omaha missing a shower curtain?
Hey, don't get smart with me, Killer Kid. I told everybody out here exactly what was going to happen, and exactly that's what happened. Today, gentlemen, Chris Adams went down to defeat. And that puts us right into that cherry position of the finals of the AWF tournament right here next week. And in the finals, Tito Santana. Well, take a look at the guy that's going to beat Santana, too.
Yeah, Cowboy Bob Orton, the beatings Tito Santana has taken lately, a 12-round match, the way you like to wrestle, that could favor you.
That's exactly right, but I'm not going to sell Tito Santana short because he's a tough man. Anybody who have the desire, the wants, the needs that Santana has, anyone who would swim across the filthy Rio Grande just to come to this country has got to have a lot of guts, Daddy. And I realize that Santana, you wouldn't even have been here if it wasn't for Slaughter. And let me tell you something, Daddy, you're stepping in there a man with just as much desire. You're mine.
Welcome back, everybody. This tournament started out with 16 of the greatest wrestlers in the world, and Terry Taylor, it has come down to 2, Tito Santana and Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Boy, you look at this bracketing right here, it's who's who in professional wrestling. We started with 16, we've ended up here, you see it was Tito Santana this week against luscious Tommy Rich. Tito won. Then you see Cowboy Bob Orton. He beats Gentleman Chris Adams with the help of that troll. And ladies and gentlemen, next week, history will be made here on the American Wrestling Federation as Tito Santana takes on Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has come down to this. That's your 12-round championship matchup for Ken Resnick and Terry Taylor. This is Mick Karsh. We'll see you with the championship matchup next week.